I'm UBX Toy Cat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today I'm playing some Minecraft. I don't know if you've heard of this indie, but basically Minecraft needs a cave update. Yeah, you might be aware of this fact. And rather than, mention this again, because we can mention this a billion times, and believe me, I will, but I figured rather than just mentioning it, why don't we instead go on strike? Why don't I show you why we need a cave update by going mining in some caves, which I have from 2012 Minecraft. If you don't know, I started this world back in 2012, TU5 to be precise, and all of these caves are basically the first caves Minecraft ever had. Then we're going to go into some freshly generated terrain that only generated in way more recent updates, and we're going to see what the difference in caves is. The joke is that they're exactly the same, but I'm mining diamonds for 90 minutes to raise awareness for the cave update. Because, one of the things I always thought was crazy, should we just dive into it? By the way, hi, hello. Welcome to the live stream. But, should we just dive right into it? Like, one of the things I've always thought was weird is, like, the concept of raising awareness, right? Like, it's basically saying, like, raising money is not really as important as people knowing about something. Which, honestly, like, in a lot of cases is true. But, like, often the things that are raised awareness for, those are not the things. Like, rather than raising awareness for, like, I don't know, children dying, it would be sure better if we, like cancer, for instance. Like, everyone's quite aware of cancer, as it turns out. Like, but, because, like, the funny thing is, like, if you raised, because I've always thought, like, okay, some people defend raising awareness as, like, well, I mean, there are, by the way, $1,000 in today's stream, anyone, says Carson Harvin. That's right, all you have to do is donate $2, 249 more times.
Hey,
200.
what's up, Toy Cat?
Jesus, that's weird. What do you think of the new super chat voice, by the way? We got a new one, and I don't know how I feel about her yet. Like, I guess we gotta, like, give her a bit more time, but I'm very confused, I'm very conflicted. But, I'm willing to give her a try. She's my new super chat voice, things are great. So, Kat, what are your opinions on axolotls? I forget what axolotls are every time I don't Google them. Axolotls. Oh god, they're weird. They look like sea lizards. I think they're cute, but like cute in the worst way possible, right? Oh, this shovel is now perfect. Because of this update, we really need flint to buy emeralds. We can now like get an absurd amount of flint from all this gravel. So heck yeah. See, look at that. Wonderful things can happen when you don't wonder it. But yeah, basically, I've always thought like, wouldn't the best way to raise awareness to be raising money? Like, when you raise money, you also raise awareness, but when you raise awareness, you don't raise money. But anyway, that's like a whole, like, charitable discussion we could get into. Let's be honest, like, people who raise awareness are better than me who... Actually, no, wait. I am here raising awareness, so I guess raising awareness is great. See that? I changed my opinion based on where I fit in the world, so that's a whole thing. But no, so... I do have to say, I don't like her. I don't think she's good enough for you, says Liam Vandermeer. Yeah, honestly, maybe we'll try out new cave voice. New cave voice. See, I've got caves on my head. It's just all I'm thinking about. How dare you offend the sacred axolotls? I mean, surely, even if you love axolotls, you've got to admit, they're not, like, normal-looking animals, right? They're cute because they're weird. It's like, I don't know, what's a good example? Like, I don't know, like, Ellen Page. Like, like, just... There are things that are cute, and there are things that are weird, and there are things that are cute and weird, and some things are weird because they're cute, and some things are cute because they're weird. And I'm just saying, axolotls fall in that last category there, and that's fine, it's okay, in my opinion. Please, Dab, you're so awesome. I will not do that, Mr. E-Beans. But yeah, honestly, okay, can we talk about the craziest thing? I mentioned in the description just like, that's people were asking all our stream like you should bring back the get Toy Cat $1,000 thing, so I'm totally gonna do it. I figured like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just dive into that. And yeah, the moment I mentioned it, like, you can see there's been super chats coming in. People are like, yeah, I would like Toy Cat to have 1,000. Like, I don't know. I guess also raise awareness for the fact that Toy Cat would like $1,000. What for? I mean, not really much. I might go buy some fast food in America. That'd be a fun. Did I lose a pickaxe? Oh no, it's just over here. That'd be a fun adventure. Might do something fun. Might do nothing with it. Might look at it. Might physically withdraw it and just stare at it. I don't have any plans, but if you wanna help Toy Cat get there, then you're £2 of like only 241 more if you need to do it, and then we can be seriously rich. But no, yeah, it's I guess is $1,000 does $1,000 make you rich? Is like, it's an interesting question because of how much, like, I think the answer would tell you about someone. Because I was about to instinctively say, no, well, it's not rich, right? It's having lots of money. But what is the difference between having lots of money and being rich? What is the difference between having lots of money and not having lots of money? Like, it's all in the eye of the person having it, right? Is 1,000 a lot or is it not much? it's an endless question, I feel like. Also, for the next time I need to do a big furnace project, I found a huge pit of lava here, so I guess that's useful to keep in mind. By the way, notice how these caves, all there is there's ore, there's stone, and there's dirt. And this isn't really a cave, we're just underground. I'm hoping we find some diamonds soon, though. That'd be a real nice thing, in my opinion. By the way, I will say, you know, I see some joke ones, which, like, okay, that's a funny joke. But, like, even if you spoil Endgame, like, jokingly, like, I've watched it. I'm fine with you spoiling it for me. Like, you can't spoil me in a movie I've watched. But it shows bad character, and that's why you'll be banned. Just as a heads up, like, if you wanna be fun on that one. But, why are you mining? Searching for buried treasure and ships is easier, says Dawson. See, that's the thing. In the old Minecraft, there were no buried ships. My point I'm raising here is the core world doesn't have these things, you know. Although, actually, you know what? We should just do that one day. Like, that should be our way of finding diamonds. Because the one cool thing about diamond ore is you can fortune mine it, but, like, you can't do that with ships, I do have to admit. Because what I love doing is once every year or two, I collect all my diamonds. It's usually only a stack or two, and I just fortune mine them, and it's like, well, that's enough for the next year. Do you like Game of Thrones, Toy Cat? Says Delta Tube. I really like Game of Thrones, but it's not a good idea to tell the internet what you like. Like, oh yeah, here are the things I'm looking forward to watching. If you feel like spoiling them, just throw it in the live stream chat where it can't be caught. But yeah, basically, what have I stumbled into, says USSR Lifer. You stumbled into a very confusing live stream as well. But, yeah, no, I think there's this interesting kind of dichotomy of, like, how money is functionally the same thing to everyone, but also entirely different to literally everyone. And I think that's why, like, to some extent, you know, to bring this back, because I always love those big thinkers that you can never truly answer, but I want to believe you can answer them. Like, you know, like, what is raising awareness? I could talk about that for literally ever. It's like, you know, what came first, the chicken or the egg? What, you know, like, does everyone see the same red or not? I could talk about these things all day, right? Like, it's just interesting. Something about hooks in the human brain, right? That's why people talk about these things. It's like, so if you don't know meme, people use meme to mean like, oh yeah, this is a funny joke on the internet. But I believe meme was, it might be Richard Dawkins or something. Like, it's used as a way to describe, like, ideas that stick between people. And by the way, take my money, you filthy feline. Thank you, Mr. Shire Emblem. If only 240 more people give me $2, I will have $1,000. I mean, it actually takes like a month together, but again, we're leaving out the details, because what do details matter? It's 2019. Who needs any of that? But yeah, basically, so yeah, by the way, we're only about 50 blocks until we get to the world border. Then we'll travel into like 1.7, so like a few updates ago, and then a little bit further than that, we'll transfer even beyond that. Oh, we found some obsidian in this cave. Oh, and we found some lava. Let's maybe put that back. But yeah, it's interesting that there are almost some questions that are never answered, and that's because, you know, they're memes. Like, they stick in human heads. Like, an interesting question isn't one with an answer usually, right? Like, if you ask me, what is the best, you know, I know what is the best. No, let me think of a better one. Like, what is 6 times 8? That'd be a terrible question to put in the chat. Like, if you need maths homework help, this is not the place to come. But if you ask me, I say 48. There's not really much you can say about that, all right? But if you're like, but why is? That's a terrible example. Why do I use maths? Of all the things, I don't know, like, a better example would be like, so, you know, like, what's the deal with donkeys, eh? Why do donkeys have 4 legs when spiders have 8? And you could be like, well, that's because donkeys are mammals? I'm not sure what donkeys are, actually, but you're not. They're in the category of, like, things that aren't creepy, and spiders are arachnids. There you go. Whereas if you ask the question of, like, so why are humans so bad with time? Like, why is it that we think that 1,000... Because, you know, one of my favorite things that everyone does, this comes around every few years, is, what do you think 1,000 seconds is? And it's like, 10 minutes? What do you think 1,000,000 seconds is? And you're like, oh, so long. And then what do you think 1,000,000,000 seconds is? Everyone gets those numbers wrong. Because you get the things wrong. Hey, thank you, by the way, for the last 2 people who super chatted. I missed one of them, but don't worry, I'm going to find you. I'm going to get you. I got this. We got one from Swag Bros. I'm feeding my axolotls. Say hi to them. I will do my... You know, no. I don't think you own axolotls. I don't believe you. Those are fakes. You're going to have to send picture proof before I acknowledge you really have axolotls. That's not okay of me. We also got, it's me again, the Tootsie Roll Decimal Guy, says Spider Lover. Thank you very much for the $2 Spider Lover 2011. Lorraine Matthews says, let's get Toy Cat 1,000 monies. That's the beautiful thing about, like, across borders. You know, it doesn't even make... $1,000 makes sense to everyone, but, like, £1,000, 1,000 pesos means nothing to most people. So Sonny the Beast asks a really good question, which is, what do I think about big cities? And my opinion's kind of evolved over time. But I would say it's pretty one-dimensional still. Like, it's evolved from being one-dimensional to maybe two-dimensional, but it's not a three-dimensional opinion yet. Let me just lay that out there for anything else. When I first went to London, I realized that cities live in the future and towns and villages live in the past. Like, I'd been to cities before, but like never really appreciated the scale of the difference. Like, everything in a city is designed, you know, it's the future basically. Like, in a dream world, everything that you see in a city will be in other places once the scale makes sense there. Whereas if you live in a rural town, you live in the past, right? That's why there's such a difference in lifestyle between cities and towns and stuff. That's my opinion, my feeling at least. Again, if you live in a tiny town somewhere, sorry if you hate that one, but it was my opinion at first. And over time, I've kind of evolved to realize that, like, I think cities are cities are kind of built to be places that try to draw on young people. By the way, thank you. What would you want changed or added in updates? Says Treebone Mole. What would I want changed or added in update? If I could have an update, you know what I would have? I'd have, like, a mining update. Like, an update that changed, like, I guess, like, caves and stuff. Like, I don't know what we'd call it. Like, the mining update? Oh, the mining update doesn't have as nice of a ring as, like, I guess we could change caves in there as well. Cave update? Yeah, no, that's not something it's not something I've thought about before, but cave update would be real nice. Yeah, I'd love to see a cave update. That'd be great. In fact, right now, I'm actually raising awareness for a cave update. So, remember to, next time you're thinking about, do cave updates exist? Just, do cave updates exist, sorry. You gotta think, yeah, actually, they should exist. Actually, they don't exist yet. That's my point, actually. You're not raising awareness doesn't make any sense, but it's fine. Do you think Minecraft Steve would be a Super Smash Bros. DLC fighter? 100%, 100%, 1000% even. I think that I don't think he will be, but I think he should be. I think it's definitely crossed someone's mind in Nintendo. Like, they saw the meme and they didn't realize it was a meme. Like, again, like, do Nintendo executives understand jokes? That's the ultimate question. I don't think the answer is yes. By the way, we're at, like, I think 238 super chats to go, or super chats, donations, whatever way you want to do it. Premium members now get free donors. Yeah, every single month you get a brand new super chat if you're YouTube Premium. If you're not YouTube Premium, okay, here's the thing. By the way, how's it going, says Grave Kennedy? It's going pretty good, Grave Kennedy. Besides the lava, which I guess I have to fix. But, man, I guess mining at this layer is just gonna get me into lava over and over again. But, yeah, basically, I sent Pixels my axolotl on Twitter. After this stream, I'll confirm your axolotls are real, and then I'll say hi to your axolotls. That's the best I can do for you. I don't believe people have axolotls. This isn't like, we're not living in, you know, some TV show. Like, there are real concerns, and, you know, whatever, it's fine. I wish there was a classic update of the old features, etc. Yeah, I think now that they've done the programmer art texture pack, they should do, like, alpha-style textures, just so you can play Minecraft in any of the kind of feels. Gamer Games, thank you very much for the $1 super chat. He sent 2 of them in, which is just as good as sending $2. I mean, besides not having a message for him, but that's his own issue. Yeah, like, as a pro tip, if you ever want to donate $1, but you're like, you know, I'd like a message too, you can do that via the Streamlabs link. See, there's me giving you tips to save dollars when giving money to strangers. Now you know. Why aren't you taking the redstone, says Grave Kennedy. I kind of like leaving redstone there. Like, I might want it later, or I'm not even really sure. I just kind of... It just doesn't feel right to take it right now. Okay, we're doing this entirely wrong, but it's fine. Yeah, it just doesn't feel right to take it. So I'm just kind of not. They're legit the best pets. Please get one. You know, I really like the idea of an axolotl, but I don't think I'd like the practicality of it. Like, it sounds... Also, let's just break these blocks. Go up here. Let's just get rid of this water. It's caused me too many issues. But I really like the sound of an axolotl. Like, oh, they look like they'd be quirky. But, like, I think besides cats and dogs, and maybe, like, the boring animals, like, it's a thing, right? It's just, like, at least in my opinion, that there are animals that are easy to look after, and there are animals that are hard to look after. And generally speaking, if it's not a cat or a dog, it falls into the second category. Like, the cool thing about cats, if you don't know, is you literally just leave them. You literally, oh yeah, I own a cat now. It hunts for itself. If you want it to, you know, you can feed it if you'd like, or it can go do its own thing. I'm from England. Do you support a football team? I used to when I was, like, a kid, because, like, my stepdad was just like, oh yeah, you support, hey, thank you, Rokia. Large yes, says £1.72. It's not a very large yes, but yes, large yes is technically a series of words that you have said now. But, yeah, also my high school biology. I don't know why I couldn't say biology for it. It's like, you said bio, and I was like, I have no idea. But I guess he had an axolotl. That's a weird thing. That your high school teacher, he's a weird dude. You should watch out for that dude. That's like, I'm just saying, like, he's probably a nice guy, but he's also something going on there, you know. Like, he's got a secret to hide, and his axolotl's the way to cover that up. Like, think about it this way, right? Like, what's the most significant thing you know about me? Is it that I make Minecraft YouTube videos? It's a little bit suspicious if you ask me. Like, huh? It's almost like that's a cover-up for the deep dark secrets I'm hiding behind that. But we'll never know for sure, because I'm not telling you. I've been obsessively watching your videos for weeks, and I love your content, says Haley Butts. Thank you very much, man. I mean, woman, I assume, based on Haley. You know, I'm not going to assume, but thank you very much. Appreciate it. By the way, if you have the chance, would you revert the 1.9 update? I wouldn't. Oh, by the way, you can see we've hit the world border because there's literally granite right there. And I would never take the world border for granite. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do this. But yeah, the 1.9 update, I wouldn't revert it because I think, like, progress is fine in games. Like, the reason the developers haven't reversed it is because it's mostly a vocal. It's a small but vocal minority, and I think there's a problem with listening to every vocal minority, because vocal minorities almost by definition want things that the public doesn't want, right? Like, if it was something everyone wanted, it would be a vocal majority. Like, a vocal majority is like when a country has protests and everyone's tearing down the streets, you know? That's what that is. Anyway, I don't support a football team. Your bio teacher's weird. If I could revert 1.9, I probably wouldn't. And you know what? You should start on Minecraft Let's Play, by the way. Spencer Whittle. You know, I should start on Minecraft Let's Play. That's a really good idea. You know, wait, I'm going to do it right now. Oh, I've already done it. Now there's 395 episodes. You should go watch it. This entire world, if you want to see the story from start to finish, I don't recommend this because it's so much content. But there is a 395 episode series where you can watch the journey start to finish if you'd like to. Again, it's like, it's just so much content that I can't really recommend it because, like, it's a journey, you know? It's like, you'll start watching it and then you'll be older by the end. But every now and then, like, every few days, there's someone who's like, I did that and I'm mind blown. Just joined, are we still doing the 1000 air thing? Says 9F42. I apparently so. I tried to, like, you know, just be like, oh yeah, it's kind of gone. But everyone's like, bring it back. Make Toy Cat 1000 air in the last stream. So I was like, sure, let's do it. So in case you're curious, we only need 228 more people, and Toy Cat's 1000 air. That's amazing, right? What would I do with $1,000? Literally, the possibilities are near endless, but they won't be. It's gonna be something very boring. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'ma eat some food, because, you know, $1,000, that's enough to, like, live like a king for like 100 days. That's my, if you're curious, by the way. Big thank you, Echoey Soulflame, by the way. But my general standard is, like, if I'm at home, you can live like a king on £10 a day. So, like, I guess that's $13 a day. So about, I guess I could really live like 80 days as a king. Like, you can eat really good, pretty much any reasonable food that's not just needlessly expensive. You can live on for about £10 a day. If you want to, like, really push the boat out and go to a restaurant or whatever, that's like 4 times the cost. But, like, you can eat pretty much anything you want at that price. Like, you not have an idea for food, you never have to be like, ah, that's too expensive. I recently made some pork belly and I just ate the fat bit. Like, ooh, that's so good. Like, Just the bad bit, you know, the bit that's not good for you in a pork. Oh yeah, you can just eat that bit. By the way, big thank you, Andrew Thomas, for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. 227 more people. That's all we need, and then Soy Count will be 1,000 air. That's a certified thing. You can have people come around your house and confirm you really are 1,000 air. Oh, I don't know why this is just. I'm being reminded of this just now. Fat is nasty, Toy Cat. Yeah, everyone else in my life believes this, as in like, people either believe it's unhealthy or it's nasty, and I mean like, it objectively is at least one of those things. By the way, big thank you, Chris Raid, for becoming a sponsor. I love the music, like, 80% of why I like sponsors, it's like, oh yeah, it's nice that you support the channel. But man, that music. Also look, see, we're getting andesite now, we're getting diorite, we're getting all the rights. Yeah, andesite, diorite, and some granite. Do we need these blocks? I think so, actually. I think there's a build I never finished using one of these. I forget which of these it is, but you see how the caves changed a little bit in 1.8. This is 5 years worth of progress right here. This is 2 years of progress. 2012 was over there, or 2011 technically. This is 2014 caves. The only thing that changed in those 3 years is that now you get andesite and diorite in there. That's what we need. That's why we need a cave update. Like, is this what you want when you think cave update? It's not what you want. It's not what anyone wants. What you want is better stuff than this. By the way, big thank you, Chris Raid. He's one of the people I recognize from Twitter and whatnot. Always generally very helpful. Also, yeah, we totally do need more ores. That's just a fact, right? There's no opinion in that. That's just, we need more ores. The question can be, which new ores do we need? Why do we need new ores? Like, what particular new ores would be useful? Is there such thing as too many new ores? These are the questions you could perhaps ask, and maybe they would be good questions. But the question is definitely not, do we need new ores? It's, we need new ores. When do we need them? We need them ASAP, 2 weeks. Hashtag road to 1,000 air, says, who is that? Nick Erdman. Thank you very much, bringing us down to 226 people required for Toycat being 1,000 air. You know, it's gonna be great. You could, what, 1,000, here's the cool thing about $1,000, right? Or 1,000 in any currency. It's 100 tens. You know how I just mentioned how, like, people are pretty famously bad at working out, like, what a billion is in relation to a million? By the way, who's better, Stampy for Nostalgia or Toycat for Nows? It's interesting, I didn't realize this was a thing, like, there's a certain portion of my subscribers who, like, just by coincidence, like, found the channel in some, like, relation to Stampy. Because, you know, if you don't know, he's a real life, not real life friend, but like a friend that I know in real life. Not just an internet friend. Not that I'm being offensive against internet friends, but you get the point, like, he's a real person. 9/11 victims, they went through 50 stories in 9 seconds. I'm not sure if that's like a real fact or that's the scary thing about the internet. Like, that's probably a really heartbreaking real fact. I don't know for sure though. It sounds like it's a meme. It sounds like I'm missing some joke here and I just don't know it. That's the terrible thing. Like, see, when you're on the internet and you're confused, it's generally because it's a meme you don't get. That's my new rule. And you know, maybe this is the day Toycat gets horribly wrong. Also, trying to get 1K 90.
1K 90 away.
You should subscribe to Peekapoop 9001. See, that's cool. Like, if you want to advertise yourself in that way, like, oh yeah, don't ask to be advertised. Just be like, oh yeah, here's a super chat. Here's the thing I'd like to do. You should subscribe to Peekapoop. I mean, only 90 people need to do it. I wonder, are you going on a bunch of streams? I guess I don't know if Peekapoop's here, but like, I wonder if he like goes on a bunch of streams and does that, because that's like a cool way to do it. Like, as opposed to the usual self-promotion technique where you're like, I'm gonna spam people's channels, ruin their chat, so I can be the biggest YouTuber. But that seems like a nice way to do it. Obviously, I'm biased because he's giving me money, and he brought us down to he's not even involved, but we got down to only 9. Oh man, I keep breaking these same blocks and putting them back. I need to stop doing that. I really need to stop doing that. But yeah, we're only got 224, 25. I want to say. Hi, says Miss Ali Love. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. It's weird, we're doing a live stream on Wednesday. Oh, it's because tomorrow is tomorrow I want to do like one last attempt at the No Hunger stream, but I really wanted to do one of these like Toycat chills and talks for X amount of time. Also, I disagree with that entirely, but I agree with the fact that we're now closer to our goal of becoming 1,000 air, because only 224 more people need to give Toycat a little bit of money. That'd be wonderful. What kind of content do you want in a cave update? See, that's a very good question. What new ores? There are so many. Oh, by the way, big thank you, Pika Poop. Turns out he's actually a long-term subscriber. He's a long-term listener, first-time caller. I believe that's the stereotype you say for this one. But yeah, no, it's really cool, man. I recommend if you should go check out Pika Poop, man. Like subscribe to him at the very least. Get him over that milestone. Maybe you like the stuff. Maybe you don't like the stuff. Maybe you think it's the worst thing in the world. Who knows for sure until you subscribe. You know, like honestly, I think a lot of people like By the way, big thank you, Derek Selback. But I think a lot of people are on the same boat where, like, you either really like me at first. Sorry, you really like or really hate. Like, a lot of people, it takes a while to come round to liking Toycat, right? Glad to finally catch you streaming live. We need a cave update, says Gorham Gamer. Hey, that's what we're talking about. I feel like I'm doing like a charity TV drive. Like, let's all get around and raise awareness for a cave update, and also raise money for me personally. It's all going into my personal buy me some nice food fund. It's gonna be the best one. Thank you very much, Derek Selback, for the second $1 super chat. I don't know how to take two $1, but we should take that as a total thing, I guess. Sleepy Chalk says, hi, Toycat. This is the first stream that I'm catching live. Hey, good to see you, Sleepy Chalk. Yeah, it's a lot of people have come into their first live streams recently. I think that's a good sign. Like that's a sign something's going right on the YouTube end, right? Or at least something's going right on my end of the YouTube end. Like obviously, I mean, I hope that you're enjoying that you got to see a stream live. I mean, it sounds like it is. You don't come in here and be like, I finally caught Toycat stream. I wish this never happened to me. This is the worst thing. And if that is you, then I don't know, hit me up. I'll give you some compensation. Being a dream, maybe you'll be the one who makes it done. I honestly, so I think whatever's happening in the next update, whatever they're planning for Minecraft on Earth, because it's not 1.15 by the way. Oh, yeah, exclusive news. We know that 1.15 is not being announced at the big event in 3 weeks. Probably the next Bedrock update and the next plans will be announced, but they're not showing off 1.15 till Minecraft on Earth. They basically confirmed it's one Java update a year, which is, I think it's not illogical, but it's not logical either in my opinion. Compensate us. Oh, haha, this is really. But so yeah, someone suggested a Toycat plush though. Oh, here's the thing. I was getting a Toycat plush like deal set up a long time ago. It was a really cool one. They were gonna give me some money, like so because one of my favorite things is when like. Because when I'm in charge of making money myself, like, that's a thing I'm down with. Like, if you don't know, I published a book recently. Like, I don't make money unless people buy that. That's fine. It's an interesting experience. That's what YouTube is. Like, people don't watch my videos. I literally starve to death. Well, I don't starve to death because I'm a thousandaire. Or I'm about to be a thousandaire and 224 more donations. But, yeah, the interesting thing is that, I always forget my trains of thought midway through them, and then I try to like get them back and hope no one even notices. Like, oh yeah, the thing about what I was just saying is I really agree with it, and I would like to say more about it as soon as it comes to the head. Oh, the name of the book's Sean Lindmoot. It's How to Try to Hack the World. I should totally do a stream where I raise awareness for my own book. Oh, the thing I was saying is I had a huge like deal in place to make a plush, and they were excited for it, and I was excited, and then it just never came to be. Because again, I really like deals where it's just like, oh, it's sorted. This is fine. There needs to be a gravel biome. Gravel is epic. You know, there does... No. Wait. I was thinking, like, gravel biome. There is one already. That's why Extreme Hills are. I'm offended you don't know about Minecraft.
Away by a Big Mac.
66 away by a Big Mac. Hey, I got you 24 subscribers. I mean, like, together we got you 24 subscribers. Congrats, man. I'll subscribe. I won't promise to subscribe. I always want to say like I'll do something after this, but as soon as I finish streaming, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go lay down on the sofa. I'm gonna eat some miniature Kit Kats or whatever I've got in the cupboard, and I'm gonna call it an evening. And I'm gonna forget what I'm doing. Oh no, I've been really into City Skylines recently. Like I was this close to streaming it tonight. I think there's definitely some fun jokes to be made. Like, you know, we'll play cities and we'll make like a Minecraft village. Maybe that'd be a good video. You know, I don't even know anymore. Like. YouTube 2019's been a fun time. There was this moment earlier this year where I was just like, I think it was last year, right? Where I was just like, let's just make communism jokes all day instead of like, you know, like, what's the fun in real experiments? And we can just, and we can simulate the USSR in Minecraft, and apparently that was a thing people like. Like, I really like that I've been able to like take things easy and have fun with things. And people have been liking that. And in the same way, I was just like, let's make a Minecraft village, but in city skylines. That's a golden idea. What could go wrong with that? The Nether is more useless. The caves, that caves after you beat the game. Yeah, no, I honestly think having Nether caves could be a cool way to have, like, having a cave update would be great in the overworld, but I think the Nether caves would be something that would just about appease me as much. Like, one of the things Jeb has specifically said himself, so this isn't me putting words in his mouth, although, you know, we should do that too anyway. But one of the things that has been explicitly stated by Jeb is that he wants to update the Nether and the End because those dimensions don't feel as big as they should. I think Minecraft as a whole... oh, big thank you, Shayna0. Oh. Please don't make me ask again. I'm begging you. Just lack of water. Bucket usage makes me so nervous. Don't fall in lava. So here's my thing. Shayna0. Shayna0. I'll put the water bucket down because I'll actually agree I usually do that whenever I mine. But today, so I could like focus on other things because I don't know if I'd get the bucket fast enough, I got me a Tome of Undying. That gives me... Chat, does a Tome of Undying give you fire resistance? I believe it does. And now that you can farm these, you might as well just use this. Like, it's a little bit lazier. But since I have it in my inventory anyway, I'll put it out just for you, Shayna. And I recognize the name, by the way, so thank you for watching other streams. And also, see, they're even so familiar, they used Streamlabs, so they could use a message at $1. That's next level thinking. By the way, because of Pika Poop's $15, we got down from 224 to 217. We only need 200, and we just gone up a couple halves, so 216 more people give me $2. Which, by the way, if you have YouTube Premium, you can do for free. Then I will have money. That is the goal. You know, it's like this is almost like a crowdfunding project. Because that's basically what every Patreon is, right? If you've ever been on Patreon, like, every creator has a different spin on the same thing of like, I would like money. Please could you give it to me? And that's like, I think that's fine. Like, I think Patreon's a way to allow you to be free from ad support. You know, like, ad supported has its own problems, like, especially on, like, I would say your mental health. Like, if you're, it's like I said earlier, like, doing deals where you know you're making money is generally more sustainable than when you do deals where, like, you know, if people don't like it today, then things go bad. Also, destroy anti-grav propaganda. Hashtag gravelers, yes. But yeah, Sean Lintimute, I forgot to answer it, but the book I just published is, it's an ebook. It's like a miniature thing. People ask, like, how do you travel the world so cheap? Like, how are you always in so many different countries? And the answer is like, oh yeah, because I try to find the cheapest deals. It's like, but how do you find the cheapest deals? Is that advertisement I see saying go on NordVPN and do it there, correct? And it's actually not. Should I use incognito? Doesn't work, by the way. Side note, can we just... You know, actually, yeah, I don't want to talk about it here. I could rant about that thing forever. But things that don't work, could talk about it all day. It's terrible. Nice book cover, Toy Cat. Actually, I think the book cover's pretty awful. I was thinking of redoing it because it looked so bad. Jira, yeah. That's definitely my opinion. I think it's shared by most people who have bought it so far. By the way, we got down to 216 because of Electropola's destroy anti-grav. Wait, destroy anti-grav. Oh no, I got tricked. OMG. By the way, Ben Willis, thank you. By the way, I should mention this. Streamlabs themselves actually made that cat riding the llama thing, and I've always liked it a little bit, right?
59 away.
I love that pronunciation. Wait, can we get that again? I think so. I've improved things since the last stream we did. I believe now what we can actually do is we can get donations to re-pop up. So I'm gonna try my best to do that. We're gonna see if we can make a donation because that pronunciation of OMG, that's gonna be the new official way, right? Like just omg pop up. But yeah, it's thank you to everyone that subscribed to the guide. See again, I think that's encouraging. Best donation practices. Thank you for bringing us down to 212 more people needed. Oh god. But the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, he's having fun too. I think that's a better system. Also, what did I just do? There we go. Much better. Thank you very much, Rather Be Gaming, for the $1.99 Earth Bedrock server. By the way, love your videos. So, again, I don't want to promote... I don't want to say too many things exist. Because if you say too many things exist, then nothing exists. It's a well-known fact, right? But, yeah, my current Bedrock project is using a copy of the world. The idea is, what if you leave... It's kind of like... It was started as libertarian, and we'll see how it kind of meanders towards the end. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one, I think. What's your opinion on Larry versus Barry? Oh, that's a meme. I think it's Jack, right? One of my Minecraft friends. I don't understand it, so I'm sorry. That's the thing, right? I wish I understood every reference to every other YouTuber in the world. That's why I actually, even though it's fun, like I don't actually encourage people to like go reference me in other chats, because like it's fun for me and fun for us, and you know it probably is good promotion. But also like I feel so bad when other streamers, because you know like when it happens to me, I'm like that's kind of weird, and I feel bad when it happens to other streamers, so I try not to encourage that. Will you try to beat Minecraft in third person? Says Marine Light 64. So the next Minecraft challenge video is no hunger. If I can't do it, which we'll find out tomorrow if I can, then it'll be a whole thing. By the way, when is Village and Pillage on the PS4, says EGG? Soon, I hope. I'm excited for Village and Pillage PS4. Like, I'm gonna make a video soon. As soon as we know about it, I'll let you know. Like, honestly, one of the few things that I still have is every time 4J tweets, I get like a ping from across the house, and I start running. I'm like, okay, this news, I need to know it right now. I could probably get it pushed to my phone, but it's way more fun feeling like a bat notification. By the way, Big Boop 9001 is only 50 away. By the way, I haven't watched this channel since 2014. Just got recommended this to me. It recommends me of when I was little. I missed back then. Were you little in 2014? That means you're probably still relatively little now, right? Or does it mean that you weren't? Either you weren't little then or you are little now. Like 5 years sounds like a long time. But I think 10 is the first measurement where it's objectively long. Like 5 years ago, I was 18. 5 years before that, I was 13. 13-year-old me, I would hate him. I would instruct myself like, hey, diamonds. I would politely instruct myself to leave the room. Like, oh, there's a ball. I mean, that wouldn't work on 13-year-old me. Actually, no, I'd be so interested to talk to... Wait, okay, you know, I would love, if beyond anything else, like if we could just, if there was anything in the world I could have beyond anything else, I'd love to do a podcast with past me. I would love to like hear 13-year-olds me's on the same things we talk about today. Like, so 13-year-old me, what do you think about me becoming a thousandaire? Because I was definitely a lot more apathetic as I was younger. I mean, I'm pretty apathetic now, right? Like, you know, make me $1,000 so I can have $1,000 is the laziest slogan I think we've ever come up with, right? It's literally, I don't think it gets any lazier. I was 13 too, says Scotty May. That's crazy. That means we're the same age. That means that one of us is gonna die, and then the other one's probably gonna die soon after. So send me a message when you die, so I know death's coming with me soon. I would give you more money, but here I am. Wait, I would give you more money, but here I am. Do you mean I wouldn't give you more money? I don't want to. Thank you very much, one small little boy, for bringing us down to 216 people. And to Rodri for bringing us down to 215. Why is PS4 behind anyway? So, technically speaking, it's going into conspiracy realm to say that it's because Bedrock needs to be ahead. I think what it practically is, because 4J was always a little bit behind Bedrock historically. And then they caught up, and then like they could probably catch up. I think it's because 4J spends more time on bug fixing and other things like that. Like they wait till the update comes out, then they perfectly replicate the finished update, and then they after they finish the finished update, that's when they release it. And obviously there's like certification times. So yeah, was that a Blood Brothers reference? Says Albert Islam. You know, it wasn't, but now I'm going to pretend it was, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I know Blood Brothers. That's my favorite movie? Book? It's probably not a YouTube channel. That'd be a cool YouTube channel name, though. I was just referencing, like, statistics, right? Like, if you take two random people... No, if you take a sample of 100 people, the two people most like each other are probably... No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. You know, there's a really interesting thing with, like, the way like sample sizes work and stuff like that. You can work out crazy facts. And I think like, yeah, the best predictor of my death probably is this other guy. But I'm also the best predictor of his death, so sucks to be me, right? Or Scotty, right? I don't know why. I'm really bad with names that are like slightly broken. Because if a name's slightly wrong, it could be all the way wrong. I don't even know, you know. Like Penguin P, I can remember your name with your little gift box in the chat. Or like, it's a book, says Abed Islam. Oh yeah, it's a book, that famous book I did. Oh, I'm subscribed to Pika. I am God, says Hannah Petricki. Hey, good job for subscribing to Pika. See, look, we did a good thing today. We got a guy almost 1,000 subscribers. And then like his next video, hopefully gets a little boost from that. And then hopefully he's got 1,000. Because, okay, you know, 1,000 was the first time I realized, like, YouTube, you know, because when 100 people subscribe to you, they might have accidentally hit the wrong button, you know? Like, you know, I've hit the wrong button and I've like, have you ever, wait, oh, this is the worst one. When you're scrolling through Twitter or something and you hit the like, or, you know, Reddit, it's the same on every social media. You hit like on something and you're like, I guess that's something I like now. I guess I'm just on board with that. And like, back in the day, people didn't, I don't think people knew what subscribing on YouTube meant. Like, even now, what does subscribing on YouTube mean? Like, can you answer me that question? I don't think anyone actually can honestly answer that question. What does subscribing on YouTube mean? It doesn't really mean anything. But also it means a lot, right? So like, then realize that there's a lot of very young people on YouTube. Like, I have 3-year-old brothers that watch YouTube. It blows my mind that I know I didn't watch YouTube when I was young, so it's like, oh, therefore people shouldn't do it too. But like, what is subscribing, right? Chat, actually, tell me what you think subscribing is in chat, and we can like survey right now. Also, good to see you. I'm gonna Hulk smash, and getting videos on your feed. Your pickaxe is almost dead. Hey, we got plenty more in this pickaxe. We can keep going forever. Someone on the side of my screen, but never being able to see their content. Hey, hashtag YouTube. Am I right? But YouTube didn't exist when I was young. Yeah, it came in like when I was 13, 12 probably. When I was 13 is when my friends started making YouTube videos. I had a friend who was like pretty big, not pretty big, like had 100 subscribers. See, what did those 100 people hit it by accident or not? I don't know. So if you subscribe, you boost someone's ego. Hey, I like that reference, Paul Bedford Holt. Wanting more of their content. Subscribing is suffering. You get someone's cool video notifications and you feel like you're part of something. You want to see the content, it means commenting to their army. Showing support to a YouTuber. I think it means that you like someone and you want to watch them. So it's a blue snow gal. It's a way to give your favorite creator a confidence boost. See, some of these people might be being sarcastic or referencing that I say subscribe, it gives me an ego boost. But a lot of people do think subscribers are just a subscriber number, if that makes sense. Like, the number of people who watch a channel and the number of subscribers are so unlinked at this point in YouTube's time. The number of people who subscribe to a channel and the number of people who wanted to see more of their videos are almost just as unlinked. But yeah, it's one of those very interesting things to me. Grey buttons says a problematic love. Grey buttons? Question mark. By the way, my chair is still like wrong. Should we go shopping for chairs? Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that's good stream content? Just Toycat browsers Amazon, tries to find a good chair. So I'm trying to get some diamonds. Then we're gonna make ourselves a nice little diamond pickaxe, and we're gonna repair this, by the way, just in case you're curious. We're gonna get to it. Wait, let me give you a little sneak peek of something I made recently. So I was gonna upload this probably like this weekend. So like, cause I made it and I was like, it's still in the editing phase. It's like, I don't know, I just really didn't want to edit the video, but let me show you something cool that I haven't been able to edit yet, but that I want to show off anyway. So I've got this pickaxe I need to repair, right? Where should we repair it? Let's repair it in the smallest Minecraft house. So yeah, don't question exactly why or where this is, but all of you watching this right now, you get a little sneak peek at a future Toycat video. I might have made the smallest Minecraft house in Minecraft 1.14, 1.11, whatever. So we throw that in there, we throw that in there too, pay the 5, and then we get out of here. Let's go. But yeah, look how tiny this house is. I mean, it's so cute and fun, right? It's great. And also, if Jura's watching this, you can use this to make a thumbnail, hopefully. Look how cute and tiny my house is. Okay, we'll dive into that in another video, future. See, I'm teasing you. Or maybe I'm doing the opposite. I'm spoiling my own videos. I'm not sure which. Also, look at that. You can see the fire like is separate to my my own body. But yeah, now we've got a 3 repaired pickaxe. We got this now. Let's go back to below ground. Let's do it. So you made it like you said. KK says sure. See, look at that. We got 3 purposes. It's a teaser, it's ruining my own video, and it's allowing Jura to make a thumbnail. Nice house. You like it? It's beautiful. The fire on the outside is just like proving that you don't need to have walls, you know? Like, you can have walls, but you also need them. How many hours have you spent on this world, says Arjun Dudrella? One of the stats I wish Minecraft had was hours played. I think the only reason they haven't added it now, because it's on Java in case you don't know. Hey Toadcat, hope you're having a really good day. I love you, says Camera Jacob. I hope you're having a good day too. I'm glad you love me. I love me as well. I don't actually love me. I love. You know, honestly, tell me if this describes you perfectly. Everyone in chat right now, just don't think about it. Just, is this you? Do you have a love-hate relationship with yourself? Just yes or no. Do you? If that describes you, say yes. If it doesn't, say no. I'm curious. Like, are there some people who actually love themselves all the time or hate themselves all the time? Because like you've got to have like every now and then you've got to like yourself, right? Like, how else are you alive? You know, like you gotta do something. Yes, there we go. Wait. I think I nailed it. I think I am a super genius who knows exactly what everyone's thinking. I'm basically one of those psychics. Yeah, we got literally everyone saying yes and then a few no's. Indifference/hate. Oh, that's sad. You should go to the hate doctor. That's a real thing. I didn't make that up. There's definitely a real doctor who makes you hate things less. I hate myself most of the time. See, right, like, the only difference between people is how often you like yourself and how often you dislike yourself. I wonder if that's, like, good. Like, I really do think that even the worst people, like, I've met so many, because, you know, on YouTube, YouTubers are the worst people. I'm sorry. You know, like, as someone who's in that group, like, I clearly am also one of the worst people. But I've met a lot of, like, ego-filled people. And then, like, over time, I want to say the thing that's driven them to improve is, like, that you have to realize that somehow, right? By the way, good evening. Thank you for bringing us down to 205 people required. If only 205 people give Toycat $2, I can be a thousandaire. The hate doctor. Yes, please, I need that. I don't know, like, I feel like, I sometimes wonder, like, you know, what is the problem? And I think, like, some people, you know, we need everyone to have that perfect balance. Some people need to hate themselves more, and some people need to hate themselves less. Like, you know, like, everyone has a little bit of both those things. You know, it's kind of like the whole world, you know, I don't want to dive too deep, like, wax philosophy while mining coal in Minecraft. But, it is really interesting to me that pretty much the whole world functions on the perfect dichotomy of love and hate. People always think that we need more love in the world, and that's true. We do need more love in the world. But we also need, not hate, we need dislike. We need criticism. We need the opposite of that sometimes. And I think we probably have too much of it now, but we always need some amount of it, right? Like, it's kind of like the idea of creating paradise without any, no one ever hates anything. It's like, how do you know, like, I don't know, it's like, if you're a fish and you live in water all day, what do you think water is? You don't know what water is. If you're a tree in the forest, what is a forest? You know, it's these are questions you can't answer because you don't see a thing. Actually, you know, one of the things I do think. Hello, Toycat, and everyone, please love yourselves. You're rocking stuff. Be happy with you. I struggle with it too, so at least we're not alone. Hey, thank you, Mammy, for the follow 9 cents in the chat. I think they're learning to accept that there is negative, and just learning how to deal with it is the best thing. Because, like, hate is also a form of love, you know? Like, I watch bad movies. Here's a good example. I watch bad movies that are just objectively terrible because it's so interesting. Like, things are really good when they're really good or really bad. By the way, big thank you, Foley Brissiaud, for the 5 Swiss francs. Only 203 people required for Toycat to be a thousandaire. Heck yeah. But yeah, no, so, okay, so, again, I love Swiss francs. They're such a bizarre currency. It's almost perfectly maintained at 1 to 1 with the dollar. Like, every time I've been there, it's been 1.01 dollars to francs. So pro tip, if you want to go to Europe, but you think currencies are awful, 1, you probably shouldn't go to Europe if currency is your biggest concern. But 2, Switzerland, they've got the perfect thing. Do you ever think there was a period in time where the ratio was perfect? The thing is, like, by the way, thank you, Gimme Dat Gaming, and hey, it is Gimme. We're down to 202. I will say, I will say that the problem is the past is only hate or love survives. Like, people think that. Let me think of a good example, right? Hey, after
I'll
this.
help you on your journey to 1000 smile. I've watched you since for 360 days and it's nice to see you haven't really changed. Just personally one of my favorite things about you, D.
So because she said 360, I was like, did I do a 360-day live stream I forgot about? Did I black that out? And it's like, oh, the Xbox 360 days. Hey, so that brings us down to 194 people. That's all we need for Toy Cat to be 1,000 there. We can do it. You and me and everyone else watching. But it's interesting, like, the only thing that ever survives from any time period is the hate or the love, right? Like, World War II, imagine being in that time period. It must suck. There were some good things happening to some people. By and large, everything was terrible, right? Like, there are so many bad things. Like, people are dying non-stop. Like, I don't know how many war deaths. Like, we're talking hundreds of millions of terrible things. But also, like, there's a dude who found the love of his life in 1942, you know? There's a dude out there, or there's a woman out there who finally realized the meaning of life in 1941. Like, there are good things and there are bad things at all times. It's just there's always a balance going back and forth. Like, I think we'll remember right now, a lot more. We'll remember it as being an interesting time, not a bad time. Like, if you ever follow the news, it seems as though we're in a situation where literally the world is falling apart, because that's what sells. Like, everyone gets terrified when they feel the news. The world is falling apart, but the world is really just entering a new phase of interesting things. And a lot of people express that through hatred. A lot of people express through love. But I've always said that I think love and hate are just two sides of the same coin. Someone, by the way, thank you, Rob Plays, and thank you, Grave Kennedy, whose cat jumped up to watch with them as well. Side note, I forgot what number we're on. 193, maybe? That sounds right. And you know, I mean, like, what's more precise than entirely guessing? Nothing's more precise than guessing. I'll have you know. The age of memes. I think, I don't know for sure, but I really do think memes will be one of those things we look back on and we're like, what went wrong with people, man? Like, like, why? Why did we start doing that? And there won't be a really good answer. It'll just be like, oh, it's just what we started doing, I guess. We just started, and then there's like the memes that are like multiple layers deep memes, like they're in jokes, but in jokes, but in jokes, for in jokes. It's like, what? Did people not have like things to do? And it'll be like, but they're funny. And you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, I think the humor. Oh, here's a crazy thing. Dante's Inferno, which is, if I'm not mistaken, again, this is my. I'm not a theological person. I'm not deep into the scriptures or anything. But the way we usually portray hell and heaven is based on this book. That book was like satire. It's the same thing with, like, I don't know, I want to say Santa Claus. There's a lot of things that we just take for granted that were jokes back in the day. Maybe memes will be the same. Maybe it'll just be accepted that, like, oh yeah, Ant-Man went up Thanos' bad place and did some things there. Maybe that's just how life will be. By the way, big thank you, Shaping X Snipe Edward, for the $2 super chat. Sexy crossbow. I don't have a sexy crossbow. You're making me sad now. I wish I did. Oh wait, it's probably in the thumbnail, right? Is it in the thumbnail? Chat, is there a crossbow on the thumbnail? If so, I definitely intended to put that there, because I make these thumbnails myself. I definitely do not outsource them to Jira. So I make a good thumbnail, I know. I make a really good thumbnail. But yeah, if you spoil Endgame for anyone who hasn't watched it, then you will be either banned or at least timed out. It's just not a good thing to do. Okay, so we're out of space in this box now. We're gonna have to pull out another one, I guess. Go a little further ahead. So yeah, you can see the evolution of caves. Look how, like, they're very slightly different now, but all of the structures we dig into are pretty much the same. It's kind of just a thing. And no crossbows. There's not. Oh, okay, that's weird. You know what? I wonder why there's a thing there. Hey, Camera Jacob, bringing us up.
This is all I can give loan.
Bringing us down to 182. That's my thinking. So that person got really confused. Thank you so much for the $19.09 super chat. I thank you for giving any amount. I want to clarify, it's all cool. The amount I I think it's really cool, but I never want to ever make you feel like you're obliged to give anything. These streams are just Toycat talks and goofs off, and it makes better business sense to me to say no, go to your mother's credit card, get the 3 digits on the back too, or like, you know what, give anything you can. You need food or rent? Nah, this is more important. That's a thing, by the way, like Indian scam centers will do. Like, oh yes, you must pay your taxes. Please use your rent money for us. We are more important. We are the government. Like, man, it's really brutal sometimes. But also a big thank you, Ghost Dow, for the Swiss franc 5 super chat. Love your videos. Hey, I have like 2 Swiss viewers. Okay, you know, both the people who super chat from Switzerland. Now that I know you're real Swiss people, well, I mean, it could be fake, but I mean, like, you're most likely real Swiss people. Tell me, like, you watch Toycat videos in Switzerland? Is English like your 3rd language? Because the crazy thing about most countries, right, is like they've got a language and then they've got English as like the international one. But in Switzerland, it's like, oh yeah, we've got 3 languages. We also sort of have a 4th language, and then we have Latin sometimes, even though it's a dead language, and then we speak English. So I'm always, I mean, obviously it makes sense that people don't know as much Romansh or Italian as they do. Stuff like that. So, yeah, I love you and your videos. Thank you, man. Basically, everyone needs to give all their money so we can waste it, says a little Smith. That's the thing, right? So, to go back to the Patreon point, like, again, I think Patreon's a perfectly fine idea to be like, hey, instead of making the money from ads from people, I'd rather people donate it directly. I think that's a fine... Oh, God, we gotta fix this quickly. But I think that's a fine... Oh, no, I want this. Okay. I think it's a fine decision to make. But it's basically what you're asking, right? Like, everyone, pretty much every single person is going to spend their money in a, not less smart than you, but in ways you wouldn't agree with, right? Every person has their own ways of spending money. Ideally, you'd like for people to spend things in smart ways, and some people do and some people don't. Were you mobs that lead to village in 1.16? Dolphins? Do we need mobs that lead to a village? Like, at least in Bedrock, there are so many villages that, like, walk for a few hundred blocks in one of the right biomes, you'll find a village. The only place I would disagree with that is the Tiger Village, which never seems to show up for me. I just moved to Switzerland, but I speak English. In Switzerland, the minimum wage, I don't think it's actually a minimum, I think it's just the average. Like, the starting wage in Switzerland is crazy high. Like, if I wasn't a YouTuber and I had to pick a country, I think Switzerland would be quite high up there. Like, ideally Norway, because, you know, if you live in Norway, cash money. And also, you know, there's downside, there's upsides. But that's the thing. So, these are my last 2 donations. My dad figures out I've spent 35 zloty on a stranger. Excuse, cave update is yes. So first of all, we're down to 100 and... Okay, that'd be 182? No, wait, 181. No, 180, and then down to 178. Thank you very much, Grisalvi. Been spawning a lot of tweets over the last few days. You know, it's weird. Again, any currency that isn't a perfect multiple of 1, like 35 zloty, sounds like it's either way cheaper than it is or way more expensive than it is. Like, I was in Poland I don't know what I was there, but I had like 100 zloty and I was like, this feels like it should go either a lot further than it is or a lot less. Like, you know, is 20 zloty to go to a museum expensive? I don't even know. It's there's this weird thing where, like, it's I think it's that part of your brain that tries to substitute questions with ones that you think you know. Like, what's the solution to world peace? I don't know the solution to world peace, but I do know the solution to getting Minecraft be better, and that's a cave update. So clearly, solution to world peace is if Jeb listens and makes the next update a cave update. By the way, someone asked if I can speak more than 1 language. I cannot. I'm sorry I didn't read your name. I missed it. We got... We got... it's funny, like, again, I wish I could mute people, but I'm, like, currently typing. So if you're a mod and you're watching this, just temporarily time out the people who are being, again, I would say, spoilery. Hey, Toycat, what's up? What do you think of Trump? I really love Top Trumps. It's definitely one of my favorite card games. You know, where you're like comparing, you're like, oh, I got 5 in agility and you've only got 4. Definitely a big fan of Top Trumps. So yeah, Yeah, I would say Top Trumps is definitely my favorite card-based game, and that's definitely what you were asking with that question. So I'm glad I could answer it precisely and specifically. Is that 100? I lose track of the numbers so much. I guarantee we've gone up and above it so many times. But 173? I think it went down after, yeah, 173. That sounds correct. It makes just as much sense as if we use the real numbers if it isn't the real numbers. So sure, why not? I'll take it. Poland wants to take the euro as their currency. I think they actually don't want to take the euro. It's like a big controversy. The moment you take the euro, you lose a lot of your leverage in the euros in Europe. Like, there's a lot of economic advantages to join the euro, but there's a lot of political downsides. And Poland has a lot of power in the bloc right now, and they would have a lot of that power still, but they'd lose some of their, like, well, we're gonna take our, you know, like, there's a lot of fun things that you can threaten. It's like, you know, the UK wouldn't be able to feasibly threaten or leave. You know, let's not talk about Europe. Euro politics, like, the thing is like, they're not even, like, fun. It's just like, oh yeah, that's some stuff that's happening. Isn't that a delight to talk about? Well, you know, if you want to ask Europolitik questions, we'll do like a second channel stream all about the EU sometime. It'll be terrible. No one will enjoy it. We'll all feel very sad at the end. It'll be great. I don't know, for me, 100 zloty is still quite a bit, because that's going to have money at all. See, but I mean, like, if you were a 1,000 in zloty, for instance, you know, like, it's less than $1,000, of course, 5 times less. But I mean, like, beyond that, I'm entirely lost. So glad I watched Endgame so it doesn't get spoiled. Yeah, it's funny because it's such a big event on the internet, but, like, in reality, like, I think it made a $1.2 billion, right? So it means 100 million people watched it. That means that even if you just take Europe and North America, like 1 billion people roughly, only 1 in 10 people actually care about Endgame. On that level, and a lot of those 100 million people are going to be repeat viewers, right? Like, oh, I find this crazy. One of the people I follow on Twitter is like, just watched Endgame for the 3rd time, excited to watch it for the 4th. Like, you know, in a movie, a cinema, a theater, if you want to call it that way. And it's just like, so what? Why are you doing that? Oh, I've been in this cave before, apparently. Wait, chat. Take a guess, because I honestly don't know. Like, we could probably do the research. Have I been in this cave, or is this just generation from 2014 that I just haven't seen yet, but was really bugged? Because there's a flower in this cave, and there's dirt bridging that. So strange. Depends, because prices are different in the UK, US and Poland. $20 for a dress, and it's crazy cheap. And for us, it's like a fair choice. Oh, yeah, no, I think prices are different in the US to every other country. Like, food is crazy cheap, and everything else is a lot more expensive. Oh, plane ticket too. By the way, I want to say hi. Are you going to VidCon? Says Gialine Morris. Thank you very much for the $1.99 super chat. 173 until we got that. I'm not going to any VidCons for the foreseeable future. It takes a lot to get me to go to a conference. Like, is con for conference, by the way? No, it's for convention, isn't it? It takes a lot to get me to go to a convention. And VidCon isn't really my target. It's not really my thing, right? Like, I know, I feel like it's great if you want to go somewhere, small ego boost, be like, oh yeah, I'm important, you can see it now. I don't think it's where my fans would be. Like, I wish there was Minecon, because I wish there was a place where I knew, oh yeah, this is how I can meet the most people who like Toy Cat videos, or like give them the opportunity to meet me. I sometimes do mine fairs. I think they're called mine fairs. But like, you know, I have to, either I wait for them to invite me to one, because then they'll pay for the travel, or I, you know, just have to eat it myself and fly out on weekends, etc. Like, if there was a Minecon, I'd be going every year to meet people, both, you know, YouTuber friends, etc., and subscribers. It'd be fun, because I generally enjoy. I've had some cool chats with some cool subscribers, and I've met some YouTuber friends at these events. I think I first met Green in real life at the last Minecon, and we spoke for ages about the new monetization systems. It's like, oh yeah, this dude actually, like, you know, a lot of YouTubers just like hear something and then repeat it. He was someone who was like, oh yeah, no, I've researched this stuff, and I'm helping other people avoid the mistakes. And I was like, oh yeah, 100%, man. But like, there isn't a Minecon anymore, Peter S. There is a Minecon Earth. They call it a Minecon, but it's not a convention, in the sense that there's not one place. It's not a physical convention, I guess. It's not really a digital one either. You know, life is sad is my point that I'm trying to raise here. Life is sad. I want a glass chair like you. Honestly, can we just pretend this is glass? That'd be great. It's a chair with the Minecraft behind it. That's what this is. But what are your thoughts on Australia? Sorry, we don't talk about conspiracy theories here. As you all know, Australia is a widely known conspiracy theory. But yeah, look at these caves right here. These are caves from 2014. You might not believe me, but look at my Z coordinates. I generated these chunks back in, it might be 2015, but I think it's 2014. Someone do the maths on when TU31 was, like, Google that. But these are 2014 caves, and they look pretty similar to the current ones. Like, you can spot a few differences here and there. I will admit there are small differences, but it's not like they're fundamentally changed. And these caves look the same as the 2012 ones. So, to bring this all round, the reason I spoke for so long about love and hate and whatever else we spoke about is because we need a cave update, you know? It's something we can avoid, but we can only avoid it for so long. Because at the end of the day, it's just a fact, right? We do need an update to these caves. Minecon shouldn't really be called Minecon. Honestly, it's the biggest, like, marketing... Like, I guess, like, someone in the business office was there, like, let's use the name so we can get more brand recognition. In the same way, if you bought, I don't know, if you bought Spotify and turned it into a website where you browsed pictures of pigs and rated them 1 to 10, and then you could see the best rated pigs of all time, you would still call it Spotify, because Spotify has more brand recognition than ratemypig.com. I hope that's not a website, by the way. It's like, it's a tactical marketing decision, but it's not a Minecon, is it? It's a once a year show where they talk about Minecraft, and it's cool. I like Minecon Earth, and I think they're getting better. They had a bad year, then they had an okay year, which means this year we're logically on track for a good year, right? That's how trend lines work. But yeah, to talk real here for a little bit, just because you might think like, you've been memeing this whole time. I reckon you don't really think cave updates are really a thing, but like, I still find mining somewhat interesting. I don't do it as often, but like, going through this cave looking for ores, it's satisfying, it's good. The core mechanics are at least slightly interesting, but there's so much more they could do with caves. I'm kind of scared to make this jump, but let's do it. Oh, that was nervous. List your five favorite American words and do it in the accent. Howdy. I really like indubitably, but I think that's like Americans using a British word that we don't know. Indubitably, like the American accent of a British accent of the word indubitably is one of my favorites. RateMyPig.com does not exist, sadly. Even just checked in incognito. I think you should just leave that up on your browser and then like go to sleep with the laptop open or whatever. I think that's the sort of thing that everyone needs to see. I think that's the sort of thing that everyone would appreciate. Hey, another live stream. That's good to see. Remember me. Just also thanks for the YT Science talk in the last stream. Also, it isn't public anymore. The YouTube Science talk in the last stream? Okay, so some peanuts. I recognize the name. I'm going to be honest. I'm worried I don't recognize you. Like, I believe we had a talk about it. But, yeah, when did we talk? Okay, you know what, chat? I have such bad memory. Let me clarify how bad my memory is here, so I'm not just like... I feel bad that I'm missing someone, but... I ordered some food today, because there's a Chinese place near me. I was like, oh, I'll go for some Chinese. It's been, like, months. By the time the food got to me, like, 5 minutes later, I forgot what was in the bag. Was it shredded beef? Was it beef satay? What is beef satay? What is shredded beef? What is, like... I knew it was probably a beef-related dish, but I'd forgotten anything else about it. I've eaten it now. I still have no clue. It's one of those two things, probably. But yeah, basically, what do you think of Donald John Trump says 100 subscribers with 0 videos? I don't really usually talk politics. I'll make an exception because you did get me very slightly closer to the dream of being a thousandaire. I think the interesting thing about... I think the more interesting thing is how people react to the person, right? Like, you can see immediately, even though he's clearly a person who's like, well, I like the prestige of being president. Like, that's clearly why he's in the race, right? Like, I mean, you can argue, everyone can argue over, like, whether he was good or bad for the US and has been for the last, what, like 3 years, maybe? But what's really interesting to me is what it exposes about every single person responding to him. People could have called it out for how it was, but a lot of people used it to their own gains. On both sides, right? Like, people who hated everything about him pretended they liked him, and people who were like, oh yeah, well this is a thing, I guess. Well, like, this is the worst thing ever. This is worse than if a nuclear bomb hits us, because at least a nuclear bomb, you know, didn't do insert XYZ thing here. And in reality, it's just like, oh yeah, this is a mildly average, maybe below average presidency, right? Like, you know, what's happened? Because I mean, like, if in the true sense of, like, if you're a constitutionalist, it's probably a good thing, right? Like, have a president that does nothing is what I want. Because, you know, a lot of people are always like, oh yeah, I love what the founding fathers have to say. But yeah, like, I don't think the presidency was ever meant to be a big position. It's kind of like the nah, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, chat. Good and bad, like most other presidents. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, no one out there, unless you're being joking or something like that, can say everything's bad or everything's good. It's like, oh yeah, it's a mix, probably in the below average to average range. You know, there are definitely worse. There's definitely better. No one's arguing that. I don't think too seriously, because the cool. I mean, like, I think what everyone should take away from it though is, isn't it cool that, like, if you believe that this is the worst thing ever, isn't it cool that even despite that you still have, like, a home and, like, he couldn't take away your home, he couldn't take away your all these sorts of things, because elected officials aren't the ones with the power of your life. They have some of the power, a lot of the power, probably the most power, but the person with the most power is you, and that's something I always liked. Like, it's instead of playing games and working out stuff, you can always also Toy Cat's so cute. I want to marry him. Hey, thank you for bringing us down to 169 people. What a lovely number. We want to do a thing. But yeah, I don't like talking politics because it's like my opinion is just as invalid and irrelevant as anyone else's, right? Like, everyone has like, you can be a astrophysicist. Is that a smart person? I don't know. You can be a brain surgeon, a rocket scientist, but your opinion on politics are still probably gonna suck. They're still bad because everyone just had, like, when you get to the top of, by the way, I'm lost in this cave. Does anyone know the way out? Like, I can't find it. But you can be the smartest person in your field, but you'll still have a terrible opinion on politics. You can be the dumbest person, but you'll still have an equally valid say. Because, yeah, well, unlike every other field, which is based on, like, knowledge and stuff like that, not knowledge, like, results and testing and everything else, politics is just based on your feelings. Like, there are certain policies that appeal to people because you have a certain part of your brain wired that way, and there are policies that appeal to other people because their brains are wired in a different way. It's all just like, it's kind of like if we thought that we were so smart because we worked out that I was blonde. I'm not blonde. Like, oh yeah, ginger people are great and non-ginger people aren't. I'm a big fan of gingers, right? That's a thing I've said before. You can even be a bottle rocket scientist. I've always wanted to be one of those people who puts chips in bottles, like real or regular or not. Everyone's views matter. If everyone's views matter, no one's views matter. If no one's views matter, then everyone's views matter. And no, like, that's how I would say. My girlfriend's a politics student. Is she bad at politics? Oh, my brother's girlfriend is a political. Oh, she has, like. Again, this sounds like I'm just, like, tooting her out, her horn or whatever. But she's doing, like, a master's in politics. Like she's a full-on. She's got some crazy special. She wants to do something in the EU. I want to say. I'm not crazy familiar with her specifics, but at the same time, you know, like, her understanding is better, but that doesn't mean her opinions are better. Like, if you don't understand anything about anything, you'll be like, oh yeah, so here's the deal, right? I would really like it if we got rid of homeless people. Isn't it terrible how the last president has so many homeless people? Let's just fix them. Let's just get rid of them. And it's like, oh, homeless is actually a pretty complex issue. Like, we've tried to fix it before. No one ever looks at homeless people on the street and goes, more of that. How do we do this? Like, there are so many things that everyone agrees on that people try to pretend that people don't agree on, right? You found the dirt bridge, says Abd Islam. We got out of there. We good. But yeah, I know there's. You can understand the systems of politics, but it doesn't mean your opinions on politics are any better. That's my opinion there. But let's move away from politics. Like, politics is such a bad discussion because you never achieve anything. You never change anyone's mind, generally speaking. You very rarely change someone's mind. You very rarely get anywhere. You just kind of like reveal your own biases. Like, hey, did you know I really like, you know, I try to be, you know, I believe that. I think which one's this. It's like, oh yeah, loyalty is a thing I find important. That shifts XYZ opinion. Oh, did you know? I think that honor is an important thing. Therefore, that drives ZQP things. Like it's all down to like we've done the science. We worked out that it's just it's the equivalent of discussing like, hey, what's your favorite fruit? And I'm like, I think the passion fruit. Although I had for the first time in a long time today. Oh no, I didn't. No, it was passion fruit actually. I had a passion fruit. I think it was like a passion fruit tea, like iced tea. So like where they make an iced tea and then they fill it with sugar so it tastes good. Oh, it's good. Like passion fruit is amazing, and you're gonna be like, oh no, Toy Cat. I think you misunderstand. I think if you actually think about it, bananas are great because think about it, like they're yellow. They have peels. You can throw them and then the bad guys will die. And then someone else comes in. They're like, you know what? Honestly, I think apples are pretty great. Like, what's wrong with apples? But yeah, what happened with the last live stream? You didn't say. And I'm asking about you. You said you talking about the unlisted one. Well, we chopped down a jungle. We finished it. It was great. I don't like to talk about politics. Please talk about 15 minutes. Yeah, it's a real problem because like, in the same way, like I could say like I don't want to talk about fruit, and I could be so. If you really don't, this is my point. If you really don't like something, it's not the opposite of liking it. It's liking it in a different way. I really think Pixels is a terrible movie, but I would when it came out on Christmas, my uncle had it. I was like, yeah, Pixels. I love making fun of this. Why is he in the White House? He would be shot if you know. That's how I'm watching bad movies. I love bad movies, but I really hate them. But I love that I hate them. I hate that I love them. And in the same way, like I hate to talk about politics. It's interesting in its uninterestingness. It's dull because it's great. It's great because it's dull. Mining in Minecraft, it's been the same all these years. By the way, hello Toy Cat. Thank you for getting us down to 160. No wait, plus the other 499. 165. No, 166. More people until Toy Cat is 1,000 there. But yeah, hello 3x71 us 1v3. What is your name? Sorry, you know, I don't like to make fun of people's names, but let's proceed to make fun of your name. What is that? What is the scoop here? We never want to talk about politics, but you always do. It's a problem, right? You just need to know how to say the right thing, and then you can set me off. I could be talking all day about stuff. Don't die. I'm a big fan. I've watched you for a long time. Please say my username. Says the Gaming Brothers. Your username sounds like you're multiple people, so really it's like our username, right? I'm just saying. Pixels was awful, but I love it. Right? Like it's such a bad movie, but I love it. It's it's like I think that's the thing. Like those movies are made to be hated, right? Like it's I really do think that the people always want to be like if you look at YouTubers always try and show themselves in one particular light because they don't want to just be famous. They want to be the right type of famous. But I think any type of fame matters the same in the sense of like, if your ideas are in people's heads, that's what makes you alive. That's you know, like think about, and this is why so many bad people are famous. Like, I think it's Ted Bundy, who's like a famously attractive serial killer. People love him. There's a reason they spent so much money getting the rights to his court tapes to show it in a series. Because people love, like, crazy, weird serial killers. That's why shows have villains, because villains are just as interesting characters as the main ones. By the way, thank you, X-Taps, for the $1 super chat. Your opinion on the Sonic movie trailer? See, that's an example, right? They just worked out, like, we could spend 100 million making a good movie, or we could spend 10 million making a good movie, but it's good because it's bad. I want to watch the Sonic movie. If it was good, I'd be like, well, it's... Like, either way, it's not aimed at me, but I want to make fun of that terrible kids movie. But I wouldn't if it was good. You get me? Like, that's why villains exist. They exist so you have a character to hate. If everyone's a good guy in a TV show, it's like, oh, what's this all about? There are very few shows that exist without, like, antagonists. Like, I think, like, maybe sitcoms are a good example. Like, but even then, some of the characters are good, bad, hiding secrets. You hate them for it, then you learn to love them again. Someone said all publicity is good publicity. Yeah, I don't agree with that precisely. Like, there are lots of things you really don't want to be, like, publicity, I guess. But most publicity is good publicity, right? A decent proportion of publicity is good publicity. So, you can see how many hours you've played and achievements in the also cave update. Does it say that? I played for 2,396 hours. I wish it showed per world though, because like how much of that? What is that? 100 days? Yeah, that's 100 days, and that's since Bedrock came out on Xbox. This is just Xbox, just Bedrock. So this is since late 2007. So, yeah, that's a lot of hours, man. That's a lot of hours. I gotta reconsider my life, right? By the way, big thank you, Some Peanuts, for the follow lenses. Yeah. I mean, why was the stream put one listed? I don't know, $20 during it, so bring that back for the extra money and views. Why wouldn't you want that? So here's the thing: when I unlist streams, sometimes I make them public a while later. As like, oh yeah, here's like a retro throwback. Because you can only publish YouTube videos once. If you don't publish them when they first come out, you can publish them years later. So, like, if I want to, I can bring that back in, like, 2 years and just confuse people. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm just saying it's an option. But, yeah, I actually have a playlist on my channel called Unlisted Videos. It's really easy to find them. Like, a lot of people go back and watch them that way. It's just because I don't like to sub-box spam people. Like, it's weird, like, apparently over 1,000 people like the live streams based on the fact that you showed up here. But, like, live streams are just, you know, low effort, me talking about whatever's on my head at this one moment stream, right? They're not, this is just the content that happens to be here, right? It's not, also, I left an ino. Someone said that in chat and I thought they were lying, but you were right. I'm sorry, I doubted you. Oh, there's some over there too. There's a lot of fire I missed, but, yeah, live streams are, you know, they're lower for content. They're great when they're live, but a lot of people have even said this, like, oh yeah, you know, when they're not live, it's a different time. It's not as good in some people's opinion. So that's why it's a thing. I've put about 1,500 hours in Minecraft Bedrock. I've got 3,000 on all platforms. Ooh, 3,000. That is many hours. That's like 300, and then like again 10 times. But yeah, by the way, we got to 164 people until Toycat's 1,000 air. We'll just keep streaming till I'm 1,000 air. That's just how we'll do it. We'll just keep going all day, every day. It'll be wonderful. We need more dirt blocks, says Niao Roberts. You know, I would be down with different types of dirt. I don't know how you do it interestingly. Like, I wouldn't want it for the sake of it. But I use dirt so often in Minecraft, despite being like the least useful block. I always need dirt. Like, either it's for the insane wheat farm or the insane other farms. Like, there's just so many things like that. I remember when you talked about toothpaste, those were the good days. I bet the guy who brought that up to this day still feels like, man, why did I mention toothpaste? I could have said anything else but toothpaste. For anyone else watching, like, who doesn't remember the good old toothpaste days. So, I think I was streaming Fortnite, maybe. I'm not even sure, like, because I got into Fortnite like, way before it was, like, a big game. I liked Fortnite before it was cool, I'll have you know. But yeah, basically, just gonna check on something. Okay, something is going very well. We're good. But yeah, basically, I was streaming Fortnite and someone's like, I don't know why I was talking about toothpaste a bunch. I was just like, oh yeah, isn't toothpaste interesting? And the guy's like, stop talking about toothpaste. And we're like, okay, 10 minutes of toothpaste. You did this to yourself. Oh, I went to the dentist today. And I would like to talk to you about it because I don't think the dentist, like, I had a bad experience. Okay, so I paid, I was going to say like a lot of money, but I think probably compared to most people, this isn't too much. It cost me £39. So in US dollars, that's about $50. I paid $50 for someone to clean my mouth. Like, when I went to the dentist last week, they're like, oh yeah, you gotta go to the hygienist too. So, I don't know if this is a thing people regularly do, and I'm not familiar with it. But I went to get my mouth cleaned. But yeah, basically I went to get my mouth cleaned, and what that composed of is I spent an hour, it was close to an hour, but having like water sprayed at my teeth in a really painful way. Like, you know when you bite into something and it's too cold or like too like sharp or something, and it's like, ah. I had that happen for a solid 30 minutes. They're like, oh yeah, you're flossing wrong, you gotta do it like this. They got like right in the back. The teeth that I can't physically reach, she was like this. Oh, I have a funny moment too, like, so she was flossing the very back of my teeth, like, you know, your wisdom teeth. Most people get them removed, but I don't want to do it. I want to keep my wisdom teeth just to spite people who think you should get them removed. It's a terrible idea. Don't remove your wisdom teeth. Pro tip with toy can. But basically, like while I was doing that, she was like, ow, and I was like, no, it's fine. It doesn't hurt that bad, because like she really dug something back there, and she's like, no, you're biting my finger, and I was like, oh yeah. Without realizing it, I'd like proper chomped on her finger. And it's like, ah. Is this just a thing, like, being a dentist? Do you just get, like, your fingers bitten all the time? That must be a thing, right? Hey, text-to-speech.
Why do you hate Liverpool?
That was a proper Liverpool accent right there. So let me clarify. I've never been to Liverpool. It's actually one of the cities in the UK, like, of all the cities in the UK, Liverpool's, like, one of the top 3 that I haven't been to that I'd love to go to. Like, I think there's direct trains from London. It's just they're expensive, so like it's more expensive to like get a train to Liverpool unless I book in advance than it is to like fly like to Manchester and then probably gets from there somehow. But yeah, Liverpool's actually something I think is really interesting. It's just I know there's it's just like it's fun to just pick on a random city, right? Like, oh yeah, Liverpool sucks. Like it it's mostly just fun, but also at the same time, right? Like when it comes to northern cities, Liverpool has got the reputation of being the worst, I want to say. Like, I've been to Manchester. It's actually, like, being regenerated these days. I've been to York, super nice. Been to Sheffield, super nice. Been to Nottingham. It is a place. But I've heard, I don't know, I obviously don't know anything about it. I would love to go. I think it'd be such a interesting things. What's in the top 3 English cities you wouldn't have visited? It's got to be Bath. So I'm talking UK cities. Bath, then Liverpool, and then probably Derry. It's called the Walled City, and it's right next to the border of Ireland. I feel like it's really dangerous these days. Like there's someone dying like every week or something. But like every time I go to an airport, like I think I could be wrong on this, but this is my understanding. The EU gives a lot of money to Derry because Derry's in this really bad place where no one wants to go there. And it's like sandwiched between 2 bad places. It's the 2nd largest city in Northern Ireland, and it's called the Walled City. I don't know if they even have walls, but like they advertise in every airport, and I'm like, oh man, it'd be cool to go there. Like it's the same thing as like when you watch movie trailers. Derry's not that bad. Like literally the last time I opened the news, it's like, oh, a journalist was shot in Derry because it wasn't even a good reason. It was just, oops, we shot the wrong person, and it's like, man, like I don't actually mind going to places where lots of people die. Like, think about it, right? Like, I would prefer not to go to places where people die, but people die all the time, you know? Literally all the time. But what's really bad is when people are killed by accident. What are these names? You should learn your UK cities. No, in the UK, like, everyone knows London, and then some people know Edinburgh, right? And then, what else is there? Like, in the UK, what cities are famous? Like maybe Birmingham too. But yeah, fun facts of Toy Cat. Those are cities I'd love to go to. Oh, did I call it Derry instead of Londonderry? Is that the offensive one for... Oh, I did it the Irish way. Not offensive, because I'm a British person. If you're Irish, you say it the English way. If you're English, you say it the Irish way. And then no one could be offended. Because if I'd have said Londonderry, which I might have done, like, it's got both names, right? If I'd have said it that way, it'd be like, oh no, look what you've done now. Look what you've done. You've said the name, you know, like, you're supporting the British imperialist position, you monster, and then, you know, then there'd be a car bomb in my house the next day. But I said it the Irish way, so people are gonna be like, oh wow, that's pretty forward-thinking of you, Toy Cat. I think it's so silly that, like, Derry's the correct way, SMH. I want to say it says Londonderry at the airport. Oh no, it says City of Derry, I think. I don't know cities outside of Friesland. Everyone knows the Amsterdam. That's my best attempt at a Dutch accent, by the way. I'm from the Netherlands, and I speak mostly in English, but with slight inflection. I can't do it properly. Dutch accents are quite fun, though. I will say. It's like I was playing Minecraft yesterday, and lightning struck our transformer and shut off our power. Transformers, your power needs it to survive. I've heard you're more likely to be murdered than die in a plane crash. Oh, significantly. You're more likely to die. You're more likely to win the lottery than die in a plane crash. You're more likely to be struck by lightning than die in a plane crash. You're more likely to... Oh, here's the craziest thing. You know the Boeing 737 MAX? By the way, did I respond to that person's question? Pixley. I don't hate Liverpool. If you're from Liverpool, I love you. I would love to visit Liverpool sometime. Give me some recommendations. Like, I think that'd be a fun day trip, right? Like, how far is Liverpool? Wait, one sec. Right now, let's just do it. Liverpool to London. Let's see how long the train is. Like, I think it's like just under 3 hours. And it's gonna be faster soon with HS2. Yeah, like, oh, it says 6 hours 35 minutes. That is, oh, that's if I leave now. If we leave, let's say we leave in tomorrow at, oh god, okay, tomorrow at 2 p.m. I could be in Liverpool in 2 hours and 12 minutes. Maybe I should just go to Liverpool. That'd be a fun one. I'll meet Echo. I'll say hi. Do you think he'd like that? Just be like, hey, I'm in Liverpool. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? That should be a good video, like, because everyone always expects, like, when you, like, do a meetup, like, oh yeah, there's some good reason. Just be like, hey, I'm in Liverpool. Ah, so you are. Gotta be on my way now. Ah, that'd be good. So I can't. Okay, no. Not answering that one. I'm too from Liverpool. You can't just be from everywhere I'm talking about in a stream, Jiro. Are you also from Bath? Are you also from Amsterdam? Because I mentioned that. It's just being impolite at this point. Oh, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. How do I type in English, Toy Cat? Is that a meme? Because I've seen, like, multiple people type that now. All I care is we're only 162 people away from getting that 1,000 there. But thank you very much, Super Silver. Silver? Yeah, it's Silver, not Seaver. Thank you very much for the super chat. Do appreciate it. Right, I mean, I'm saying I appreciate it, but do I really? Who knows for sure? Could be a lie. Could be a double lie. Could be a triple lie. After this, build a cave in the sky. Oh, that's such a fun idea. Should we do that? Like, perfectly recreate a cave, but in the sky. That's a terrible idea. Should we do it anyway? How do we create a cave? Because I want it to be, like, obvious on the outside it's a cave. Oh god, how am I on fire? Chat, what do you reckon? Build a cave in the sky. I don't think it's a good idea, but I kind of want to do it anyway. Tell me if you're going to Insomnia I-65. Oh, your Insomnia happens like every 6 months or something. 3 months? I should go, but I won't go. No, I need to, like, know people there. And therefore I have to look into, like, who I know who's there. And at that point, like, I'd rather not go. That's the worst reasoning ever. But that is my reasoning. I'm being honest with you here. I could make up a reason like, oh, you see, I'd rather focus on the content that makes this channel so enjoyable to those who view it. I really like focusing down into the hearts and minds of those watching while I complain about caves while sitting in them for so long. I could say that, but the reality is that I wouldn't. It sounds like 4 or 5 more steps than I'm willing to go through, so I probably won't go through those steps. Yeah, that's a weird one. Do you see that bug? Okay, we're fine. I'm from New Hampshire. Why does no one like us or know we exist? My editor's from New Hampshire, actually. Definitely the best Hampshire. Actually, wait, is it the best Hampshire? It's probably the best Hampshire. I think regular Hampshire is like pretty so you can have best Hampshire, it's fine. But yeah, I recognize you. Honestly, the thing is like, America has 50 states, right? Unless I failed geography class. So America has 50 states. And of those 50 states, how many states can the average person know? Like 5? Like New York, Florida, Texas, California. Those are the big 5. No, you know, like, what is a Maine, really? Is it a real state? Is it a Maine state? Who knows for sure? Oh, God. But, like, you get the point. And, like, New Hampshire's never going to make anyone's, like, top 5 list, right? There's no movies set in... Actually, there probably is a movie set in New Hampshire. But, like, there are like, major cities and, you know, major states. Whereas, like, there are more people living in LA than New Hampshire. Look that up. Is that true? I don't know. I said it anyway. You can just make up facts on the fly if you really try. Hey, that rhymed. Also, there's so much gold in this cave. Is it a mesa biome, maybe? Like, chat, am I crazy or have we found a lot of gold today? Like, it feels like it's just been everywhere. I could be wrong. So, Alaska and Hawaii. No one knows Alaska and Hawaii. You only know them because you look at maps and you're like, oh, what's with that weird detached part? And everyone has to explain like, oh, that's Alaska and Hawaii. They're not drawn to scale because reasons. Alaska should be part of Canada. I have a funny story, actually. I uploaded a video on the second channel. I think I was talking about Canada. And I accidentally used a thumbnail where, like, Alaska was a part of Canada. And I just kind of accepted, like, oh, I guess that's my opinion now. I guess I just think Alaska should join Canada. Which, I mean, like, it makes more sense there, right? Like, in the same way that you can argue, well, I mean... Oh, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Unknown. Hey, Unknown, I recognize you because you like the Pokemon. By the way, thank you... No, don't thank you. Thank no one. Gotta give me the fun stuff. But no, Christian says there are more people in LA than in New Hampshire. Hey! Facts of Toy Cat. And LA is only the second biggest state in America. Sorry, second biggest city. In fact, it's a county too, right? But anyway, whole fun thing. Okay, so mining this way is becoming a mess. We have to like get rid of this lava, and I just don't really want to. Just gonna keep on mining and seeing how this goes. That's how this goes. That's why we stopped mining, I guess. But yeah, basically, Alaska is Canada's fursuit tail. That is a concerning message. Also, Los Angeles has 4 times as many people as New Hampshire. Yeah, you see, it kind of makes sense when you say it like that, right? Do. Thank you very much. Shirt exclamation mark T happens in Team Life is a Dream 16 for the super chat. Appreciate it. Easy to say name, actually. Famously so. So how do we get past this? Do we just give up? Do we just keep mining the way we came? That seems good to me. Yeah, so this cave, we've gone through a lot of updates just in this one cave, and we've achieved very little with it. But we did get a lot mined. Like, look how far we went today, just while goofing off and talking about other things. This is its own success story, really. And we got so many ores, which will help me build some of the things that I'd like to. I miss that song, though. I think it's good, though, having the... Also, how many diamonds have you mined? Precisely 6, apparently. So that's nice. That's a good thing. That's better than mining no diamonds. But worse than mining 7. Do an absolute monarchy realm. We need King Toy Cat. I mean, like, isn't, like, all the ones we've done so far basically that? No, I definitely want to do a realm where we, like, let the reins off people again. See how well that goes. Might go really well. Never has gone so well so far. But you never know. Next time might be the first time. So, Cat, what achievements do you need? It's 95%, says Hassa Raphael. I believe... Actually, yeah, let's find out. Like, honestly, the achievements, they just come by themselves after updates. I think one of them is move a shulker box with a shulker box, then move a shulker box again. Yeah, it's push a piston with a piston, then push the original piston. Befriend 20 stray cats. This one's really easy. I just have to go through it. This one's really annoying. I don't actually... I got it really easily on Xbox One. It's harder on Bedrock because I don't know the mechanics as well. And this one's easy. I just have to go through the effort. We should do an achievement stream sometime. Should we go for an achievement right now? Which of those achievements is the easiest? Oh, by the way, here you can buy a 6-pack of beer of this, or half a beer in Norway. Do you think that... Wait, Norwegian 50 crowns is about... Alexa, what's 50 Norwegian crowns in Great British pounds? She doesn't know that. That's about 4 to 5 pounds. That's not a 6-pack. Actually, that is a 6-pack of beer. I'm thinking like ciders, because usually I'm like a... I go crazy. I go wild ham with my ciders. Like, when most people drink a beer, I hate beer. It's literally... I literally would rather drink urine. Like, and that some people might say that, like, oh yeah, it tastes like, you know, it tastes like pee, haha. No. Like, it tastes worse by a wide margin than urine to me. Like, it's hops. If you mixed dirt with water, that would be better than beer. But yeah, anyway, I'll buy I'll buy some alcoholic beverages. Harvard Niesje. Thank you for the 50 Norwegian crown. I went a little bit off track of that one. So yeah, opinion on Old Mount Cider. Is Old Mount Cider the New Zealand one? Because if so, I have a bunch in my fridge. It's definitely I think it's got to be the best one. Good cider. Should we go get some? Toycat goes drunk like crazy. That's a fun idea. We should do that in the future sometime. Like Toycat drinks a cider while talking about how much he hates the internet. What a great stream idea. I don't see anything going wrong with that. So we're gonna put this 6 on the stack. I don't want to do it actually because it looks like almost fake, right? Like when you have a stack of 64, it always looks fake. Like stack of 64 means you faked it. So instead we'll just fortune mine these right here, right now. Hey, we got 4 diamonds. That's actually a really bad result, isn't it? Did I miss some diamonds? Are they just... Nope, we just got 4 diamonds. What a horrendous result. And then we'll put them with this stack. There we go. So, I'm from America and I have a slight British-Irish accent. Or as it's called in America, an American accent. Honestly, I'd rather have white wine because they usually taste like grotesquely watered down white wine. Honestly, the beauty to me is that everyone's just trying to work out which alcoholic drink they least hate the taste of. Like, it takes years before you start to like something. Like, some people try to tell you like, oh no, I like this. It's really nice on a warm day to have a cold thing. It's like, yeah, cold anything. Not a cold beer. Repair your pickaxe. Yeah, it's getting dangerously low, isn't it? Look at, we're like almost halfway done. We better repair this right now. So I'm going to dump these shulker boxes over here because I'm going to empty the stone out. Actually, I'll put it... you know what we got here? Let's put it here anyway. Let's have a stone section of this. So this will be my stone section. So empty this down. Grab all the stone. And then let's throw it over into this thing right here. In case you're curious, this is going to be my mass storage room. I don't think I've showed this off yet. Oops, if that's the case. If it isn't the case, then here is me showing off the thing I've totally built before. It took me years to like wine. Again, okay, you know what? Toycat's tip for success right here, because if you are young, if you're below the age of being able to drink alcohol, at some point someone's going to seem fancy, bring out some wine. My pro tip for you is it's the easiest drink to chug, and it's like 3 times the percentage of beer. Just like learn how to swallow very quickly, and it's like you have 1 gulp, but it's like a liter. That's my very bad pro tip. Don't follow that advice. That's terrible. You know, but I will say a lot of my favorite stories come from like one of those nights where I was like, God, I have to pretend I'm a wine drinker. Oh, I drank a bottle of wine, now I'm a wine drinker. And then lots of good things happened after that. Bad advice of Toycat continues further. The longer these streams go, the worse the advice gets. You didn't have mass storage before? Yeah, what I have instead, let me show you what I have right now. I don't know why I just abandoned that shulker box there, but that's what we did. What I have right now is I have like just I have like, it's technically mass storage, but this is so many updates ago. Again, caves back in 2012 look the same as now. This is what a chest room used to have to look like. Double chest, space, double chest, space, double chest. It's so different to the modern day version. So different, just fundamentally different. So we put our dirt away here, and then we go upstairs, and that's where we put away this stuff. Look how nice all these things are. There we go. Easy, easy, easy. Get some coal ore out if we want to as well, which you better believe we do. After we make some fireworks. Oh, we've now got too many fireworks. That's a problem. But yeah, basically, this is where I store my stone. I'm gonna do another like big push in the Nether sometime soon. Like I love making. Oh, the stone cutter's a thing now. I would love to make that whole thing. Moonshine's disgusting. Next time I'm in America, I'll try to drink some moonshine. I've only ever heard about moonshine. I've never tried it. I've heard it's delightful. But again, you know, yeah, people say that wine's delightful, and they're objectively wrong about that. It's like Kelly Drummond said just there. Like you go for a lot of trying to like something before you like it. Pro tip: don't mix wines. Oh, that is a thing I learned the hard way too. I think it was wine and vodka. Literally, not just like, oh yeah, I drank them both in the same evening. I was like, that was a bad evening. I almost died actually. Fun fact. You know, that's my responsible pro tip for the night. I almost died. Don't do it. No one wants to almost die. You know, almost dying's the worst thing, because like it's all the pain of dying, none of the sweet release of death. None of the sweet release of death. So we're gonna throw gold in a furnace, maybe. There we go. Oh man, we're running out of places to put this iron. Over there. Okay, that's filled up too, so we'll just put that in there, I guess. And then this can go over here. Yeah, we're running out of furnaces. Good thing I have a big mega smelter on the other side of the world. Oh, this would be the perfect situation for that, wouldn't it? Should we go over there, actually? Isn't moonshine like 80% alcohol? That is correct. No, it's not 80%. I want to say it's usually higher than 40. Yeah, it's like very spirity, like you know, lethal, I believe is a good way to describe it. So we're gonna grab like half of this stack away, then put like all of it back till we have 24. There we go. We're good. And now we're gonna show you my auto sorting system. Because we went through all that effort to build it. I feel like we've got to use it. Even if it's less convenient, like this is my first like real tester, right? Let's get to it. Is that massive hole more effective than strip mining, says Clark? It totally isn't. Oh yeah, the tile's mining diamonds, isn't it? Should we go back down below and actually get some diamonds? So I've mined for an hour and 47 minutes, horrifically badly, and I have not found diamonds. So let's just throw some gold ore in there, throw some of that. Throw some redstone in there too, why not? Okay, chat, watch this magic. Hey, thank you so much, Donzy Steel. Text-to-speech.
My girlfriend loves Fireball, a combination of really cheap whiskey and a fake cinnamon flavor that tastes too sweet, and it's honestly the most disgusting drink I have ever put into my body.
Whoa, that took a bad turn real quick. I think I messed up the hoppers again. Did I do that? Yep, I messed up the hoppers just a little. Oh no, I didn't. What's gone wrong with the hoppers? Oh, it's just taking some time. Are we in the furnace yet? Oh, it's because there's no gold ore furnace yet, so the gold ore's just going into this one? Oh, it's just going... Okay, so we take this out. There we go, look at that. Perfect. Basically auto-sorted. We should actually probably fix this right now. I don't know how easy that is to do. Yeah, we can do that. We can just take half of this. Also, by the way, Fireball, I love Fireball. So, sorry, I was super distracted by this. So, yeah, Fireball's a thing that is a big thing. Or was a big thing. Is it a big thing? I'm not sure. But I love me some Fireball too. Don't worry. We're on the same page there. So we're going to punch this out. We're going to put some of this in. Then we're going to take out the diamond ore from up here. Up here? There we go. We have to be really, really smooth with this one. So I'm going to be very careful. Just in, out. There we go. So now we've got a gold ore. We got an iron ore. We got all these other ones. Which means if I throw the remainder of this gold ore, which we're going to do, through the machine, it should now auto-sort. Perfect. Okay, we worked it out. We worked it out. We good. We good. It's sorted. And now if we put diamonds in there, they won't auto-smelt themselves. Okay, let's talk about Fireball. So thank you very much, Donzy Steel, for the $25. Very generous of you. Got us down to only 149 more people until Toy Cat's 1,000 there. Second of all, I am really, really, really big on Fireball because I love anything that just has a strong flavor. Again, people always play this game of, oh, I love the taste of nuts and they're so good. It's like, no. Have a strong, overwhelming flavor that, again, I want overwhelming. I want to the max. Don't try and be like, oh, this flavor's a 3 out of 10. You can almost taste, it's, You know, I don't know. It's like, you know those flavored waters? Where, like, it tastes like someone's yelling the flavor, like, yelling banana in the other room. I've stole that joke, I'm sorry. But, you know, like, things that are weak are worthless. It's like, I would rather have half as much of something twice as good as double as much of something half as good. Very few exceptions to that rule. And that's why I love just, overpower me. Make me die. I mean, don't make me die. Make me feel like I'm gonna die. Make me feel alive again, damn it. They're actually, you know, it's funny though, because with pretty much anything else, like, with actual drugs, right? Like, even like really safe ones, like paracetamol, for instance, it's, you know, it's the one you take, it's the most basic painkiller. I want to say it can kill you if you take it like 50 times a day for 100 years or something. But like, it's mostly not dangerous. I take half of that. I go soft on drugs. But when it comes to flavor, I can't deal with half flavor. Half flavor is no flavor. Half flavor is showing up. It's worse than not showing up. It's showing up empty-handed. Yo, my dude, what's up in England? I think the Queen's dead. And no, by the way, she's not. You know, any day now though, right? Like that's the cool thing about the UK right now. Like, you know, in the US, it's like, oh yeah, we know when the next election's happening. It's 2020, and that's your figurehead, right? Your person of state. Queen could die any day. We could have a king. You know what has to happen? We have to change the lyrics of our national anthem. Right now, it's God Save the Queen. It changes to God Save the King. I have to relearn those lyrics. I mean, you don't relearn them. You just replace the Queen with King. Like, my videos where, like, we say... I don't think God Save the Queen shit up in videos. Those are now irrelevant. There are big changes happening soon, right? And that's a cool thing about the UK. I think, anyway. So, yeah. Let's go underground. Let's actually go diamond mining so that the stream isn't clickbait. Let's do it. So we're gonna probably bring this with us. Yeah, we'll try to take some of this coal out, just put it away, so we can have some extra storage space. We won't have much extra storage space, but it's better than having none, in my opinion. Take out the granite, the stone, just all of this nonsense. Put it away somewhere. So, it's been any day for the last 20 years now. She's immortal. That's the crazy bit, though, right? Yeah, like it literally could be like she turns 157, and we're like, something went wrong there, right? Is she human still? Like, I could see that happening. Like, yeah, it turns out that we swapped her out for a body actor halfway through or something. The king should transition to a queen. That'd be pretty progressive of him, I think. I'm mining too, it says Lucy loves waffles. Wow, we might be in the same mine. We're not in the same mine, but we might be. Okay, so we're gonna see what we can do with diamond mining. We're gonna get some diamonds going, and then this stream wasn't clickbait. I thought it was just mining to prove for a cave update, but I believe the thumbnail mentions diamonds, right? The queen is obviously a reptilian. I mean, it seems pretty obvious to me. It seems like we got all the proof we need in the form of all the non-proof we have. Okay, so let's go. Let's do this. Dang, just got back from your EarthMC video. Hey, you enjoy it? I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, then I'll be sad. No, a lot of people seem to like it. I was expecting a lot more. I know, like, because it was. I sat on that video for like a week and a half. Like, the longer you sit on something, the more you hate it. Point in case, this chair. Oh, the people who sponsored, like, I didn't set this up. My brother was just like, hey, I reckon I can get you a vertigo chair. And I was like, okay. I guess that sounds better than not having a chair. But they sponsor, like, major esports tournaments now. They're going big. And it's like, it's a comfortable chair in the sense. The thing is, I don't think it's an ergonomic chair. That's the problem with it. But again, we could talk about chairs all day. You better believe we're gonna. Should we leave that there? We can leave that there. Let's go left a couple blocks. See what's over here. There's more lava. I think all of these branch mines lead into lava. How is it that this is just my eternal life? Like, am I just doomed to mine into lava time after time after time again? Is there lava behind it? You better believe there is. So we can go a third block up, right? But no, that's kind of pointless. Let's go a few blocks to the right or the left or whatever. Let's go mine in here. Is there lava at the end? There's lava at the end. Go to the next one. Is there lava at the end? There's not lava at the end. We found hope and progress. Oh no, there's lava at the end. That's a big pit of lava, right? This has gone so far. So when are we going chair shopping, says the Envenomir. Do you want to do it, chat? Should we go on Amazon together? Should we go do some stuff? It was an interesting video. I'm excited for the realm experiment. Yeah, I'm really curious. I'm still curious about how the realm experiment's gonna go. Like, it's still in shape. Like, the fact that the world's still together is good. Like, we got some mod team on there making things work, which is good. So yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes too. I'm hoping we can somehow prove that you can leave people alone. They won't ruin things all the time, just most of the time. But who knows? Who knows? So why are you strip mining at Y9? Yeah, it's not the perfect level to do it, is it? Should we go up one? You know what? We should go up one. Let's go hog wild. I know this is just where my strip mine is. I think a level 9 is just fine though. Like it's not that it's the best. It's not like horrifically bad though. We'll find diamonds real soon. Let me prove you wrong. You're like, oh, Y9's so bad. It's not the perfect one. However, especially if you combine it with a little bit of peeking every now and then, just like every few blocks, just kind of peek. We should be good. I require cave update, says my Dixie Rex. Rect, not Rex. Rex is like a T-saw. A T-saurus Rex. That famous dinosaur. We're all deeply familiar with, I hope. One sec, just gotta send out text. Okay, let's go. Good job on not clock banging till I can't. What does the title say? Oh, okay, it doesn't say anything. Does the thumbnail say anything? If not, this stream could be 12 minutes long. I've always wanted to do a tiny live stream. Throw people off, right? Don't buy a chair that's less great than the hand chair. I wish I could sit on the hand chair, but like I'd be sat down like, wait. Let me show you what it'd be like. I'd look like this the whole time. Actually, wait, chat, can you notice a difference? Let's see if anyone joins the stream and notices that something's a bit weird here. Like, I look like I'm, you know, I'm quite small now, aren't I? I'm very small. Maybe I could just put something on top of the hand chair, but you wouldn't see the hand chair. Actually, maybe you would. No, because the hand chair goes up to about here. I'd have to point the camera down like this. I'd have to be like, hey, here's me in my little chair. Do you like my t-shirt? I bought it in San Francisco. Because you know, what better to do than go somewhere and buy a little t-shirt like that? Why are you so low, says Hawkmaster. Okay, I'm going to try and lift the chair. It's actually kind of, oh, you have to like stand up, like do a squat. Whew. But, you know, oh, thank you very much, Mobinga.
Oof, didn't know you did not use Super Chat. Figured I would donate so you get the full amount.
Hey!
Double donation time.
Double donation time? What does that even mean? I don't even know. Thank you very much. We're down to 139 people now. Until Toycat is 1,000 there. Thank you so much. And also, again, I honestly, the act of like, you know, not giving YouTube their 30% cut, I like that. Like, you know, oh yeah, your donation goes, or your tip, your super chat goes directly to me. But here's the cool thing. I like that it shows like, the coolest thing to me is like, hey, it's someone who like knows the streams. There's this terrifying thing. I don't know why I'm scared of this, but like, the idea of saying something and having no one hear it, that's almost like my nightmare, right? Oh, I had a full-on nightmare about this. Like, let me prove this is a real nightmare in a second. But, like, that's my daily nightmare on YouTube. Like, I say, like, oh yeah, if you hit the bell, well, you know, not hit the bell, like, you know, so I say the Streamlabs thing once every stream. I say, hey, you know what I think? I think there's a lot of things I feel like I have to repeat myself on, and I really don't like it. And I had a nightmare about this. Is that the old voice, or did I just imagine that? Was that the old voice, actually? I think it was, yeah, no, actually. It might have been that I changed the voice for YouTube versus Streamlabs. I guess now you can pick, like, if you want to get the new voice, you go YouTube. And if you want classic voice, if you want me to mend my relationship with the old text-to-speech, then you can do so via Streamlabs. That's what we've worked out from all of this. Oh my god, I hate all the lava. I guess, yeah, mining at this layer. Whoever criticized me, I agree with your criticism now. This is terrible. I'm terrible. By extension. Yeah, I don't like any of this. Okay, let's just mine a little bit further back. If there's more lava here, I'm just gonna die. Okay, we're good. Now we go mining. And we find those diamonds. And then if we don't, we do a bit of peeking. It'll be great. Hey Toycat, just watch your videos. I've been watching your videos for 5 years. You're an amazing person. Thank you, Don't Eat Me Stego. Is that Stegosaurus? I hope so. I hope so. Give the old voice another chance, as Lucy loves waffles. But the old voice is just, we gotta work it out. I think like there's a lot of speaking that needs to be done. Phil Harwell, thank you very much for the $1.99 super chat. May you become and remain a thousander. You know, that's the scary thing, right? Becoming a thousander and remaining a thousander are very different. Well, see, I've mentioned in videos before 11's the best, right? No, yeah, 11's the objectively best. But 9 through 13 are still pretty okay. Like, even 8 and 14 are fine. Like, they're not optimal, but today I'm just working on the minds, you know? Making them go even further, even crazier. You know, if everyone keeps complaining, chat, we'll go down to 8. I'll do it. I'll do it. You don't believe me, but I totally will. But yeah, it's a real thing. Also, yeah, we'll go up to 10. You know, that's my compromise. Everyone wants 11. I want 9. Let's go 10. That's my easy compromise. Oh, let me tell you about my nightmare. I had a nightmare. I guess I was at school in New York City. Don't know, like Manhattan. I don't know why that was the case. And my girlfriend lost her bag, and so like, it's a tragedy, right? Like losing your bag, all the stuff that's in there. The next day, I'm on the bus to school, and I see what I think is her bag, and I'm like, hey, I think I found your bag. Have you still not found it? And she's like, the weather's like... And I was like, but what about the bag? This is important. And I kept being ignored, and I'm like, I need to pick this up. And there you go. I have a fear of being ignored. Which is why you need to hit that bell and never ignore any one of my videos in the future. Feed Toycat's psychological fear of the void by hitting that subscribe button and making sure you never miss another upload. Mining next to lava and finding coal, doesn't that mean you get diamond? I mean, it doesn't mean anything. But anything can mean anything if you believe hard enough. That's the hard facts about life. Or the soft facts about life, I guess. Let's dump down the shulker box. Gotta put all the stone in there. Do you like talking about dreams? People never want to have that conversation. I really don't like talking about dreams, because, like, they're only interesting for you. All of what I just mentioned is horrifically dull. Because all of the interesting things about the dream, I know and no one else knows. It's like if I tell you the story about that time I saw a deer. That's the story. I saw a deer. It was scary. And you're like, oh, where did you see the deer? I don't know. Was it a big deer? Probably. Oh, really? You saw a deer, did you, Toycat? Yeah. It was big. It was scary. Hope you enjoyed the story. And it's like, I mean, yeah, it's not interesting, is it? There's like dreams, because dreams are by their definition creations of your mind, right? Like a dream is when your neurons fire randomly and they hit random parts of you. Like they're literally just what happens when your brain randomly hey, look at that, we found some diamonds. Now we're officially in the cool kids club. But yeah, no, see, whoever said before, like, oh, Toycat, you didn't even mine diamonds yet. I have proven you wrong, matey. But, yeah, no, like, dreams are literally just your brain piecing random things together. People like to think significance of them. And I think it's definitely true that they prove that something's in your brain. Like, every few years, I have a dream about an ex-girlfriend that I've... Not even ex-girlfriend, an ex-crush, I guess. An ex-love interest. I haven't thought about her consciously for a very long time. I looked her up like a few years ago. Not even interested anymore. But like, you know, there's like these deep dreams of like, let's say like what could have been, right? And there's two ways you can look at that, right? One way is you can say, well, clearly you're still in love. Toycat, you got to drive up to, hey, look at me, I found some diamonds. You got to drive up to, you know, Liverpool or wherever it is. You gotta tell her those feelings. Or you could be like, well, I mean, the fact that she's in there somewhere is interesting. That gives you important information about the fact that it hasn't left you entirely. Like, it's there are things that I've forgotten about. Like, what did I have for dinner today? I don't know. If I have a dream and I'm like, shredded beef, I'll be like, ah, ha. It was shredded beef I had. But, yeah, it tells you that you're, like, it's somewhere in your... Think about it like a desktop, you know? Like, you lose the files, but if you see the files there, then you know that it's a file in your brain. Like, they're all real things being pieced together. But that doesn't mean that it's interesting. Also, thank you, my Dixie Rect, for the $1. Always appreciate $1. You know what's better than $1, though? $2. You know what's better than $2? 140... I forgot the number. 134? 139? 141? More people giving Toycat $2. You know what, chat? I'm gonna give one big push for this, because here's the deal. If you have YouTube Premium, which, you know, you should have, it's a good way to browse YouTube, you get a free $2 super chat, and you just got another one because it's the start of May. If you live in America, if you live elsewhere, sucks to be you, right? But yeah, if you have a free $2, you can give to me, and like I won't ever guilt people if they're using their own money. Like I think YouTube tips, you know, like donations or tips, whatever you want to call them, YouTube money is like a thing you can give if you feel like you want to support a thing. But that $2 you have for free, nah, I'm coming after you for that. I'm gonna make you feel bad till you give me your $2 for free. Like, yeah, that's my $2 you're sitting on right there. How about you give it back? I should clarify, I'm joking. Someone's gonna take that too seriously. But yeah, just if you have YouTube Premium, check your thing. See if you've got a free one. Maybe throw a Toy Cat's way if you do. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. American privilege coming through. Now it's like it's interesting being American, I imagine, because you know the world knows you, but you don't. But very few, you know, it's an asymmetrical relationship, right? It's like being, oh wait, you know, it's like that Chad and, you know, nerd meme or whatever, right? Like, no, you know, Chad. Wait, what's the? It's like Chad and someone else, but like that's like, oh yeah, everyone knows the world. Sorry, everyone knows America. America doesn't know everyone. You ever feel that way where like you know someone and then they're like, sorry, I forgot about you, and you're like, oh, breaks your heart. Maybe I'm crazy. Sing Mind Diamonds unless you have already sung it this stream. That sounds like a terrible idea that I will not be doing. Thank you, Chase S, for the 99 cents. Thank you, Luna Witch, for the $1. See, I thought it was $1.99 people got for free, but the amount of dollars that just randomly rolled in right there, my guilty. It's Chad and Virgin. Hey, thank you. Okay, Virgin, rest of the world. Chad America doesn't need to know people's names. That's my thinking. Hey, my wife took the kids. My wife left and took the kids. Any advice? Says Ice Meme Van. So my official advice is gonna be: if your wife has taken the kids, then the only thing to do is to take your wife. You gotta kidnap her. You gotta throw her off a bridge somewhere. Wait, that's probably can lead to legal ramifications if I say that. So, if you're having issues, the wife has taken the kids. Get this right. Take something the wife loves. Take her parents. Put them in Mexico. Actually, that's a nice holiday, isn't it? Take her parents. Don't throw them off a bridge. But like, look, I'm just saying, you know, like, take something she loves more than she loves the kids, and then do a trade. It's like Pokemon, you know. Everyone's always willing to make a trade. You just gotta work out what they need. Everyone has a Farfetch they need somewhere. My grandson's name is Chad, says Kelly Drummond. Oh, no way. I bet he's not a virgin. He's gonna turn out to be like 11 or something. In which case, I take back that comment. Throw your wife off a bridge. You know, I'm just saying, you know, it's good advice. It's terrible advice in lots of ways, but it's also good advice in a few others. Good dream earlier. Dream they were making a live action Stuart Little, despite the fact that it's already a live action. See? Like, dreams are terrible. And describing dreams is terrible. Because, like, you dreamed a movie. It'd be like saying, I dreamed I went to watch Endgame, but it was a little bit slower paced than it already was. And it's like, oh, that's a good dream. Wife leave you human trafficking. Oh, and someone said to $1.99 for a YouTube one. Thank you very much for giving me your YouTube $1.99. I appreciate it. I love you and your family. And I don't think you should throw your wife off the bridge. I don't, you know, honestly, I'm gonna have the controversial stance that most people shouldn't throw their wives off a bridge. FBI open up. We got caught. Wait, was it $2 last time and £2 this time? Wait, am I crazy? No, it's £2 last time. Thank you. We're down to 141 more people. Have you watched Endgame? I have. It's pretty okay. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it because spoilers or whatever. Like, people don't want it to be spoiled. I'm not that guy who's like, I'm gonna try and spoil it to you anyway. You so said it, thinking that it can be spoiled. That's not my opinion. I bought the trends today. I enjoy listening to people's streams. See, the thing is, you don't though. You think you're okay. Let me prove this because I can just say like, you can argue with anyone's thoughts. Say you think you want X, but really you want Y. Let me prove this beyond any doubt. If you really wanted to hear people's dreams, you could find them. People are more than willing to talk about their dreams all the time. But what you're really saying is, you know, I don't mind talking about people's dreams. It stops me feeling the loneliness that I'm digging too deep on this one. Toy Cat, has a new Realm video coming out soon? Yes. Though it depends when you define soon. But the editor's just been finishing it recently. It's gonna be a good one. Actually, no, it's not. It's a terrible one. You shouldn't watch it. Yeah, no, it's awful. Worst realm experiment I've done yet, actually. Could be serious right now. Who knows for sure? That's the problem with sarcasm. But yeah, what do you want from a cave update? I want better caves, and I want it in an update. Glad to help. No, what I honestly want from a cave update, to take your question a little bit more seriously. Also, we got 9 diamonds in the last 20 minutes, and we got 6 in the first hour 40. So, you know, the efficiency of the methods, it kind of varies, but they're roughly the same. But yeah, no, thank you so much for watching today's live stream. It was fun. I went for 2 hours. I think it was meant to be 90 minutes, but I didn't put a time, so I figured I could go for as long as I wanted to. It was fun to hang out. Thank you for everyone who joins and talks. Because some people are just here like, your mic is muted, lol, and if that's how you enjoy live streams, then you enjoy them incorrectly. But everyone who's like here, having a fun time talking, even if I miss some of the chat, obviously, like, oh yeah, I missed out this, when did you last collab, or hello, or need some maps by Trebor, like, there's a lot of people who obviously, you know, like, the nature of a stream is there's a lot of messages. It's like a big, open-ended conversation. But I had a lot of fun with it today, and I hope you did too. And if you didn't have a fun time today, then, I don't know, like, you're 2 hours in, so you have made some bad life decisions. That's all I'm gonna say. No, just got here, Silica. Here's the sad thing. Every single live stream, there's always gonna be someone who just got here, and sadly today, you're the unlucky person. But thank you so much for coming along. I hope you all have good Wednesday evenings and or good Thursday mornings. And tomorrow, we're probably gonna be doing the last big attempt at No Hunger Minecraft. I might change at the last minute. I wanna like dedicate like a 4 or 5 hour block. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you in that next live stream. Throw your wife a bridge, see you later. I agree, Darcy Haynes. Everyone else, goodbye.